Welcome to Dude No Way Live, where we embark on a quest to play the greatest games of all time. I'm your host, Moonchild of Dude No Way, and today we are advancing the narrative in Expedition 33. I've been messing around a lot on this game recently, dudes. I have been playing, I have been messing around with builds, I've been searching high and low for all of the loot that is in the game. And as fun as this has been, which it has been very fun, I have been running into these situations where I feel like I'm kind of like disincentivized from exploring past where the game actually wants me to go, to the point where there are some things that you just can't do because you have not yet figured out the mechanics that allow you to actually beat those things. So for example, there is like different things that you have to counter in the game, different attacks that you have to counter with different ways. One of them being the jump attack, and if you encounter an enemy that engages you with the jump attack, you actually don't know what to do prior to that, so you have no idea how to actually stop that, and you just die, right? Or you know, you get hit with the attack, assuming it doesn't one-hit you, which on the expert difficulty, it feels like anytime I venture off the beaten path, I'm basically just getting one hit in every scenario. So today, I want to specifically focus on advancing the narrative because I am running into these situations where I am being punished for not exploring, or for exploring too much, I should say. Yesterday, I found an enemy with a mechanic that I had never seen before. I had no idea how to actually beat that enemy. I played it, like, I don't know, for like half an hour, fighting against this one guy, or this one group, right? And then I just couldn't figure out how to stop them from doing their thing that kept one-hitting me. And it turned out that the thing that I needed to learn how to do, the actual counterplay of the mechanic itself, was literally 2 seconds into the next part of the narrative. And I hadn't done it yet, so I just didn't know that, you know? So that was pretty frustrating when I was doing it, and only later did I find out, like literally 3 hours after I was originally engaging with it, did I find out that the thing that I needed to learn how to do was right in front of my face if I'd have just followed the beaten path, you know? So with that being said, I feel like it is time. I feel like I've explored everything that I could possibly explore, taken a lot of the fights that I shouldn't have taken, even took some fights that I was just getting one hit in over and over again, and ended up winning them through sheer brute forcing, you know, dodging every single attack, parrying where I could, etc., etc. I eventually did make it through, but like, and you know, the fact that I made builds didn't hurt. I made a build for every character. All of that is important, right? But the big issue here is that if I don't advance the story, I'm never going to get to the point where I can actually kill these guys. And I think a lot of the things that I was trying to fight yesterday are actually designed to be an end game experience. And then I'm just kind of forcing my way into it a little bit sooner than is necessary. So with that being said, we are going to dive into Expedition 33 today, and we are going to play it the old-fashioned way, which is like following the actual narrative line that is kind of handed to us. You know, I don't really like doing that. In general, I will actively try to avoid as much of the narrative as possible until I have explored every single thing around. And while that can be fine in certain games, it can be kind of detrimental in others. And I'm feeling like I have reached the point where it is now detrimental in Expedition 33. Plus, we only have 9 days until this game needs to be put on the shelf for what I am going to say is the foreseeable future. So with a 9-day countdown looming over my head, it is now time to buckle up, to lock in and get this game finished. I'm not going to say we're going to finish the whole thing today, because obviously we're not. However, I do want to advance it as far as humanly possible, and I want to get into the spot where we are getting towards the end, I would say. Next week, we have up until Friday to be able to finish this. So we've got 3 more shows this week and 4 shows next week for a total of 7, potentially a couple of weekend shows as well, depending on how long I feel like the story is going to take. But that being said, if I don't finish it in time, I'm going to be kicking myself for not having completed it before Elden Ring Night Rain comes out here on the 30th. So I'm very excited for that game, and I'm very excited to dive more into Expedition 33 to unlock more of the story, to see more of what is going on. And with all of that out of the way, let's just go ahead, dive straight in here. I want to immediately bypass this goddamn title screen because it loves to blast my eardrums into oblivion. And here we are. We are at the very start of Act 2 here. I know I said yesterday in the Act 2 stream that we were going to be doing Act 2, and while I was technically in Act 2, I had not actually gone to the spot where you start it. And even just now, I accidentally ran my stupid ass out of the area where you actually do start Act 2, which is right here in the Forgotten Battlefield, so we're going to go ahead and jump back into that and work our way through here. I feel like with the builds that I have set up, we are going to have no trouble absolutely dumpstering everything that is in the way. I don't foresee a lot of challenge in our future, but we're just going to have to wait and see. We're going to try everything as much as we possibly can, as quick as possible. I want to clear out these combat encounters. Excuse me, I have to burp, but it's like stuck. You know what I mean? Like when you're having a conversation and like it's right there, but it's not quite pushing itself past the, I don't know what you call that, the neck anus, you know, where the burp needs to go to be let loose. Anyway, so I got that, and I'm feeling like that will come back to haunt me later. We'll see though. There are a ton of Expedition members here, just dead, just piles of bodies. Like, literal stacks of corpses all over the place. Pretty ominous in general. And also getting me caught on a lot of their textures. But, this appears to be where a lot of people have... like, died. I just got a message here. Let's see here. We got John. John, thank you so much for the follow, dude. Hey, what's up, buddy? Nice streaming. Keep it up. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of the support, as always. I will keep it up. I will do my best. And again, John, thank you for the follow. We are in here doing our thing in Expedition 33 today. Trying to advance the Act 2 narrative, which I have, like, actively jumped around and avoided. Hanny, what's going on, bro? Hanny, are you John Tina? Are you John? I know you're John, but like, are you John Tina? That's the hard-hitting question here. Nope, not you. All right, well, Hanny, welcome to the show. Sorry for my crash out yesterday, bro. First of all, I was getting super pissed at that minigame, but also I was pretty hungry. So I think that also had something to do with why I was feeling the way that I was feeling. It was time for lunch. And when I ended the show, I immediately went and ate, and as soon as I was done eating, I felt better. So, and then I jumped back on maybe like an hour later, and I beat it like 3 or 4 tries. So, we all have had our moments gaming. Yo, I could not figure out why it sucked. Like, oh, I hit a big lag spike there. I thought it was about to put me into a cutscene, but I guess it was just a lag spike. Yeah, I could not figure out why that cutscene, why that mini game was so bad. Like, it was genuinely just kind of awful. So, when I ended the show, I was like, man, I gotta relax, dude. I gotta go get some food in me. So I just started making lunch, and then I ate, and afterwards I was like, oh, man, that's better. I could feel, like, the blood rushing to my cheeks. I was like, I probably should have done that before I just shut the stream off the way that I did. But, we all have those moments, like you said. I know I have gotten tilted by a game before for sure. Yeah, it was pissing me off, dude. I even showed my kid. I was like, yo, come try this. And I showed her what you're supposed to do. And she tried it, and within, 2 or 3 attempts, she was almost in tears because of how frustrated she was. And I was like, right? What is this dumb shit? She was like, I don't know, but this is stupid, and I hate it. And I was like, I know, me too. And then I sat down and, 4 or 5 tries, and I knocked it out, so... also, it gave me a swimsuit. For all that anger, for all of that upset feeling, what did I get out of it? I got a pair of trunks, dude. So anyway, was it worth it? I don't know. But I was gonna collect it no matter what, regardless. I think it was just a, you know, that mini game could have been designed better. To put it gently, that mini game needed some more time in the cooker before they just sent that shit out. It's not the best ever. Certainly not the best mini game I've ever played. Like, I'll take fishing in a Zelda game over that any day of the week. And, like, fishing in the Zelda games has largely been considered one of the more boring mini games of all time. For those of you who are not well versed in mini games throughout history, like in Ocarina of Time, there was a whole fishing mini game where you're supposed to catch a big fish, and a lot of people did not give a single damn about that, for good reason. And it's because it wasn't particularly rewarding. It took a good amount of time, and it didn't really do much for you. So apparently everyone has gone up a level again, or at least a few people have. Let's go ahead and apply our points here. Again, I am fully maxing out Vitality with 0 points in anything else. That is how it has been up to this point, and I am going to leave it that way in the future. I got my builds all set here. Also, since I'm here, I might as well just refill all of my resources with a quick little rest, because I'm not going to be leaving this area anytime soon, so it's not like I have to worry about anybody who respawns becoming a problem.
Expeditions?
Sael just caught on that all of these corpses are just expeditioners.
I've only seen it once, many years ago, so most likely not.
So, Verso has seen the Nevron in question that has killed all of these expeditioners, which is not great. Got a bent hammer here. We can see some loot over in the corner there. A bunch of enemies to fight along the way. I have made builds for all of these characters, Hanny. And I am going to say, just straight off the jump, that I feel like anything that is not significantly above my level, so, like, I'm talking end game level of difficulty, I think anything that comes up against me at this point is just going to fall over, based on the setups that I've done for my characters. One thing that I haven't done, though, is upgraded any weapons. So there's still room for improvement, a significant amount of room for improvement for these character builds that I've set up. But that being said, I went through, read every single spell, read every single chroma, Picto, turned all my Pictos into Luminas, literally all of them, and that way I had full autonomy over whatever build I created. And we've got a happy-go-lucky little Nevron coming up and eager to die. So we're just gonna go ahead and give him what he was looking for. Hanny, I don't know if you can hear me, but in my builds, one thing that I have been leaning into here... Oh, it clicked outside of the main menu, or the game screen. One thing that I've been leaning into is detonating Mael at the start of every combat. So, if you can hear this, I want you to know that at the start of every fight, I murder a 16-year-old for the lulz, and then we bring her back to life and force her to do our bidding. And I thought that was really funny, and I thought you would get a kick out of that too. Literally at the start of every single encounter, I kill Mael. Every time. For the lulz. Alright, so we are going to use whatever the name of that skill was so that we can increase his perfection rank by quite a bit. We're gonna go ahead and take this first turn with Lune to resurrect Mael, like I said. We're gonna bring her back to life now. Mael has full AP. We're just gonna dodge these guys, who I have never actually fought before, so I don't know what their moveset is or what is gonna happen. Oh. I gotta dodge a little bit sooner than that. I'm doing it in Elden Ring style, where I dodge a little bit too late for Expedition 33's gameplay. So I gotta be cognizant of that. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use Light Holder again. We're gonna use it against this guy since he is defenseless. And we're just gonna finish him off and put Verso up to a Perfection rank B. We can go ahead and drop an Immolate on this guy for the additional crit chance for all of my characters. He's gonna come in and do his thing here. I forgot how to counter the thing already. It's W. I definitely forgot all about that, but it's totally fine. It's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and drop the spark on him. Since I am in offensive stance, we're going to put that big burn on him there. Again, I have to dodge a little bit earlier than I'm used to dodging. Because this is different slightly than Elden Ring. I'm not going to resurrect Verso. I'm just going to let him be dead for now. Because Verso can heal himself at the start of the next combat. We've got longer shell. On applying shell, its duration is increased by 2. Well, that's kind of cool. And we got the Ramasan weapon, which appears to be for Sayel. I've never seen that before. It is for Sayel. It is a physical damage weapon with a C scaling in vitality and a B in luck. We got a new Pictos, which gives us health and defense. Level 8 as well, so pretty decent there. I'm not going to use any of my... what are these called? Chroma Elixir on the party right now, because that was only the first fight there, and because I know that Verso can very easily heal himself all the way back up to full with just his own abilities. This guy wants the sauce, so we're going to go ahead and give it to him. We're just going to give him everything he was looking for, and there we go. The battle starts, and we immediately detonate my L for the lols. Oh, yeah, Hanny. You must not have heard me in the beginning. So, I made some builds for all of the characters. I went through, I read every single skill. I bought the skills that I wanted. I read every single Picto. I turned all of the Pictos into Luminas. I set up all of the characters with their Lumina, with their Pictos, with their the skills that I wanted them to have. And one of the things that is part of the builds that I have made, Hannibal, is that at the start of every combat encounter, we detonate my L. Excuse me. We blow her the fuck up at the start of every single combat, and she just instantly is dead. At the start of every combat, that's how it all begins. By killing my L every single time. Which I think is very funny. And I thought you two would also get a kick out of the fact that we blow up a 16-year-old at the start of every fight. Because that shit is hilarious. So there we go. We got a heal there on Verso. We're gonna go ahead and res my L now. Bring her back to life and give her a fighting chance. Boom, we got her back up. My L is at 9 AP. It's gonna apply rush to his allies. Yeah, it's very funny, bro. Okay, I've now seen what these guys do at least one combat, so...
Danger.
A mortal hit, huh? Oh. Damn, I forgot how to do it. I guess I figured it out, but I didn't mean to. There we go. Gradient counter, that's what it's called. A gradient counter. I really don't need to do anything else. I'll just basic attack. There we go, it's over. So I failed the mortal hit there for my L, and then she blew herself up. Or she died. But when she died, she ended up killing 2 of the 3 people in this fight because she explodes and deals damage to everyone around her. So, that was pretty funny. Just when they thought they had me, they did the mortal hit and she killed the guy that attacked her and somebody else simultaneously. I thought so. Yeah, dude. Every time my L goes down, it's just a fresh just a fresh way to damage all of the enemies in the fight. I think I actually have this Picto equipped on somebody. Let me just go check real quick. Not on her. And yeah, I do have... No, not on him. No, okay, so no, I don't. Okay, never mind. I just got a brand new Picto, which is just an upgraded version of Pictos that I had before. It is Energizing Start level 8. But... I don't have this equipped. I actually have Energizing Start equipped on Lune, but it's as a Lumina and not actually as a Picto itself. So I don't need to worry about that right now, but maybe that's something we'll come back to in the future. And yeah, so at the end of the combat, if Mael is dead and she only has 1 hit point, I don't care. Because at the start of the next combat, she's going to instantly die anyway. So I'm never going to worry about healing the party, really. And I'm just going to let her blow herself up at the beginning every time. We got some more enemies here. But I do want to kind of check out the loot before we get into another fight, if I can. Oh, never mind. This guy wants the sauce super hard. Come here, friend. I've got something for you and all your little buddies. We're gonna blow up this white girl. Dude, it literally took them all down to like 30% health at the start of the combat. Like, no issues. Instant 30% health at the start of the combat. That is very funny to me. Let's just go ahead and heal Verso up here. I gotta make sure that I remember to wait for the gradient counters, because that's still something I'm getting used to.
Merci.
Ready? They're gonna apply Powerful to all those allies.
Careful, my
Mortal hit, here we go. And there we go. I failed the gradient counter again. They killed my L, and it blew up every single person in the combat. There we go. So I won. I didn't even get a turn to attack. Not a single time. Hilarious. And there we go. We win. So anyway.
Perfect.
They want to keep one-hitting me. Have I got a deal for them? You know? And again, this is with all of the points that I've gotten up to this point. Every stat point was put into Vitality. So the fact that they one-hit me is really annoying. But now it's also really funny, because every time they one-hit my L, they just all take damage. They just all get blown up. Which is proving to be quite effective. I'll show them. This reminds me of the Ashen capital, Lanedell. That's what this area looks like to me. No spoilers for the people that are still playing Elden Ring, but yeah, this is what it looks like. Same color scheme and everything. Can I climb this pile of bodies to get inside there? Is there anything in there? No, there isn't. There are a lot of Expeditioners here, though. Based on the amount of Expeditioners that are in this area, I'm gonna say that it is an unrealistic number. I'm gonna say that it's probably not realistic to think that this many people have gone on expeditions up to this point. Even though there were like 67 of them prior to this. I don't think that there are, even between 67 total expeditions and all of the Expeditioner corpses that we found up to this point, I think that this is too many. But, you know, who am I to say? I'm just a guy playing the game, so potentially I could be wrong here. We got some enemies over there. We're gonna go ahead and take this little route back here just to see what happens. I'm not seeing much of anything right now, but there we go. So it opened up right there, but there's obviously going to be loot over here, because why wouldn't there be? Right, the game designer thing is to show you the way and then reward you for looking somewhere else. Oh, is that right? Oh, can I get cheap viewers on Stream Boo? Well, you know what you can get? I'll give you a hint. It's free, and it's right here, buddy. There you go. Worldly Commissioner, thanks for the ban. See you never. All right, so Verso is full health. We're gonna go ahead and use Light Holder against this guy right here to raise his perfection rank and finish off that dude. Now it's just this one guy who remains. Let's go ahead and resurrect my L. My L now has full AP here. I thought I dodged that, but sure. Alright, so now my L's turn. Since this guy is not going to live very long, we're just going to go ahead and hit him with Spark to get that burn rolling. Verso now has 9 AP.
End of the line.
And I don't think this guy survives this, so we're going to use his World Ender move and finish off that combat very easily. It doesn't get much easier than that. The fact that we killed one of them instantly at the start of the combat before anybody even had a turn is so good. Got a little color of Lumina there for me. And we know that there is this way to be able to advance forward. I'm not certain that I want to continue too far here, but I do want to check out what all there is so that I can get an idea of the lay of the land here. I see some purple loot over there, question mark, I think. Actually, I think those might just be little embers on the ground, but we'll go over there and check it out in a second, because I want to look at all of the different lanes before I decide on going towards one. Try to figure out which one is not the way forward before we actually accidentally advance. Got this guy right here. I can go ahead and get the first strike on him. And we're gonna kill Mael immediately. It's so good. Okay, so this guy went down to 2% hit points, so we're just gonna finish him off with a basic ranged attack there. Verso already has 7 AP even after that basic ranged attack. So we're going to use Lightholder to increase his perfection rank up to B. This guy now gets... Leave it to you to find this strategy. I just thought it would be funny. And as far as I'm concerned up to this point, it is in fact quite funny. Was I supposed to dodge that? I'm not sure. Anyway. She has 9 AP, so let's just use Sword Ballet and just finish this off really easily. There we go, it's over. Good times, man, good times. So I'll throw this out there, Hanny. I'll give you a little quick rundown of this build real quick, right? So on Mael, I have a bunch of different Pictos and stuff like that, and Lumina attached to her. One of them is the auto death Picto, which gives her the self death on the battle start. And then in addition to that, we have the death bomb Lumina equipped, which is the thing that deals the damage, right? So it instantly kills her, and then the death bomb Lumina kicks in and deals damage to everyone when she dies, right? But in addition to that, she also has the... because we have auto death equipped as a Picto and not as a Lumina, we get the large critical strike boost from that, right? So we have 26% crit from that. We have the 17% crit rate, crit chance, in addition to the 26 for killing an enemy. And then we also get the +3 AP, which is going to come in handy for later. And then the first offensive as well. The first hit dealt and taken deals 50% more damage, which means that when that death bomb goes off, it now hits for 50% harder than it normally would have, and because that is her first hit of the combat, right? So as soon as the combat starts, she instantly blows up, and it deals 50% more damage because she has the first offensive Picto on. So with those 3 Pictos equipped, she has a 61% chance to crit, right? And then beyond that, we have critical burn in the Lumina slot so that she can gain an additional 25% chance to crit on top of the 61% chance to crit already. So when things are burning, Mael has an 86% chance to crit, which means she is critting almost every single hit, right? So, like, almost every single time she swings her sword, she's probably going to crit, right? And then beyond that, if I go into the Luminas real quick, we can see the critical moment Picto, or Lumina even, gives her an additional 50% chance to crit if her health ever goes below 30%. So anytime she's below 30% chance to crit, below 30% health, she has a 100% chance to crit, right? So 86% normal, 100% when below 30% health, which she's going to be lower on health to begin with anyway, because she instantly dies and then gets resurrected. So she's almost never going to be at 100% health at the start of the combat, which means she's closer to that 100% crit chance because she's closer to 30% health, right? So then when we go into her moves and we look at the actual moves that she has, you take a look at Sword Ballet, right? Sword Ballet deals extreme damage, 5 hits, and crits deal double damage, right? So if you put her into Virtuose Stance, which gives her the additional 200% damage on every hit, so she's now hitting for 300% damage because of Virtuose Stance, right? And then in Sword Ballet, every crit deals double damage, so she's hitting for 6 times damage during her Sword Ballet critical hits, right? As long as I'm in Virtuose Stance. So that is getting... Like, basically what I did was I pushed her crit chance as high as it could possibly go. And then basically made it so that almost every time she swings, she gets a crit. And when she uses Sword Ballet, she deals even more damage. So that extreme damage goes even higher than that. And as things go up, you know, as the Pictos go up in level and stuff like that, I imagine I will be able to close that remaining 14% gap between 86% base critical strike chance and 100% base critical strike chance. So eventually I will be able to make her crit 100% of the time without having to worry about her being below 30% health. So that's just my L's build. But there you go. So that's that. There's more to it than that, but that is like the general value proposition of this setup here.
Great.
Crit all the time, because Sword Ballet deals extreme damage and double damage on a crit, and you got Virtuose Stance. So we've got a way to put her into Virtuose Stance. We've got a way to apply burn for the additional burn from critical burn Lumina, and then you just mop everything up utilizing the Sword Ballet move. And again, I don't even have any good weapons. I did not upgrade the weapons at all. So whatever I had up to this point is the weapon that I was using before. So it can only get even better from this point forward. Which is kind of scary to think about, you know? Kind of wild to think that dealing double extreme damage could be improved upon. But there are ways. And I'm leaving room for that as well. So now I need to check out what all is around here. If I can get the attention of these guys and make sure that I continue to get this first strike off, we'll be in good shape. Again, combat starts. My L goes down. With Verso, we're picking like the most likely target to die and attacking them first. And generally that will finish off a target and put Verso immediately at a B perfection rating, so he's dealing even more damage. And then we use Lune's first turn with a couple of added bonuses there.
Thanks.
We use Lune's first turn to resurrect my L. And there we go, now it's my L's turn. It's, she's already got 9 AP to start the battle, so we're good to go. She can just instantly, use Sword Ballet and the fight's over. Pretty goddamn easy. I'm gonna do the same thing to this guy. Hello, friend. How you feeling? And here it goes.
My turn.
Instant death. And same thing. We use Light Holder on the lower health guy, or whoever I think will die first.
That hurts.
And then we res my L.
I won't disappoint.
We just dodge all the stuff. And then my L gets a turn and we use Sword Ballet. I'm impressed that he lived through that. But since he did, now Verso has 9 AP, so now we can just use Endbringer. And bring the end. And now it's over. I told you, bro, this is why I didn't want to make a build to begin with. Because I'm going to do something crazy. Something's going to happen, and I'm going to end up just destroying everything. And here we are. I even went through and did some of the endgame stuff. Some of the endgame things that you're not supposed to fight until way later.
That will help.
I went through and fought some of those guys just to see if I could. And spoiler alert, as long as I dodge every single attack from them, I can actually win in a lot of those scenarios. Even though I'm only at the beginning of Act 2. Imagine, they're still, what are we at, like level 30? There's still like 69, nice, levels to go before my characters are maxed out in level to begin with. I can only imagine how ridiculous it'll be at the end. With Lune, part of her setup, real quick. With Lune, part of her setup is that I don't have all of her moves yet either. So I can unlock those later. But part of the thing that I have for her is that she instantly starts the combat with an additional action point so that she can use Rebirth at the start in her first turn. And then I also have First Strike equipped on her. So that Mael blowing herself up, that happens before the turns start. So that's not technically no one's turn has happened yet. So I have play first with the First Strike Picto equipped here on Lune, so that she always goes first, so that at the start of every combat, unless you First Strike with whichever character you're controlling, right? If you go up and you press F or whatever the key is for you guys, and you initiate the First Strike, then, like Verso, I always use Verso to run around the world with, then Verso will go first, right? But Lune always gets a turn before the enemies get a turn because of the First Strike Picto, which means that she always has enough AP to use her Resurrect, and she always can Resurrect before the enemies get to fight. So I never have to start the fight at a disadvantage, and then when Mael gets picked up, I have it to where she gives 3 AP to everyone in the party. So that's energizing revive. So at the start of the combat, when Lune's turn goes off, I didn't want her to just have no AP after that, right? So I equipped energizing revive onto Mael because I know she's going to get picked up. So she instantly gives 3 AP to everyone on the team when she does get revived. And then that means that Lune goes from starting with 5 AP to then starting with 3 AP and was able to cast that revive off on Mael. And then in addition to that, beyond that, Mael also has the powerful revive Lumina equipped, so that when she does get picked up, she also casts powerful on herself. So she gets picked up, she casts powerful on herself, and everyone in the party gets 3 more AP, which basically allows me to start with Verso's AP maxed out and Mael's AP maxed out. And then you know, we roll from there. But that's part of it as well. Lots of cool stuff. Tons and tons of synergy went into all of this. As you might imagine, it took me like 2+ days of just reading everything and strategizing and formulating a plan and putting shit together to be able to come up with this shit. I did not read any guides, I didn't look at anything, no videos, nothing like that. This is all just straight off the dome. Coming up with these little combos that work together very well. Like I said, I did a build for every character, so even Sayel in the reserve team has her own build and her own, like, goodness set up there. Which hopefully we won't need to see Sayel, but in case we do, that is also a thing. Alright, doing a little exploring here, checking to see what all there is. I'm afraid that this is the proper way forward since there's another flag here. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that it probably is. We're just gonna upgrade the attributes of the people who leveled up, which is just Verso. Might as well. I feel like I'm getting extreme diminishing returns at this point for increasing the vitality stat even further. So that's something that I'm gonna have to look at the next time I level up. Just look and see how much vitality am I actually getting here. Because I don't want to be in a spot where I'm investing all these points, but I'm only getting like 4 HP for each point instead of like, I don't know, 50 or whatever it was at the beginning. And there's another flag here. What is with all the flags, bro? Why all the flags? So I can go this way, or I can go back around the way that I was going before. I think I'm going to go back around the way that I was going before. As I said, I wanted to check out all the available lanes before I picked one to move forward. Let's go back to that first one that we found and just see where that leads, and then we'll take it from there. Because there was no flag at that one. And if there is a flag, you can bet that that's probably a way forward. It might not be the way forward, but it's definitely something. Alright. I'm pretty sure this is the way that I was supposed to go. And it isn't. So, we're in good shape. Where the fuck was that? Was it over here? No, right? This was where I found that loot. You know what? It is over here. Yes, it is over here. Alright, this is our left path. We're gonna start left, and then we'll go center, and then we'll go right, just to make sure that we get everything along the way here. Got nothing over there. Just a small group of enemies over here. Get the first strike off. kill my L. Let's see, which one of you do I want to kill? I think you. There we go.
Let's push forward.
Let's go ahead and rebirth my L here. This also means that I don't have to use revive tints, which is great.
Take cover.
I don't know when it's gonna do the gradient thing, the gradient dodge or whatever it's called. I don't know when that's gonna happen, so I gotta be careful. That guy's got shield. Rather than use the sword ballet, we're gonna go ahead and use the breaking rules skill just to destroy his shield and kill him. Those guys sound like the God, what are they called? Like the Mistrals, I think, from Elden Ring. Inside of Leyndell and inside of the Halig tree, where you find like the guys playing like the trumpets, the big, I don't know what to call them. The Michelin Man in a sheet, which is what they look like to me. Looks like a Michelin Man in a sheet to me.
Your existence ends now.
We're just gonna use this move here, finish that guy off, and it's all good. We're out of here. Super easy fights. All right, I see some purple loot. I knew there'd be loot over here. +1 healing tint. Let's go. For all those times I use the healing tint, which is not often. Not often at all. But who knows? Maybe it'll come in handy later. It's funny to me every time. All right, who wants to die? I think you want to die. Bump him up. Pick her up.
You don't get to die yet.
He's gonna apply shield, which I don't think anybody's worried about that. Darn. I took some damage. I think I just do the same thing again here. Let's just breaking rules your shield. Kill you, destroy all your shield, etc. I'm just gonna let you kill my L. I'm not even gonna dodge you because I know that the damage that it deals when you kill her is going to kill you too. And there we go. A new Picto, sweet kill. Recover 50% health on killing an enemy. Whoa. That is pretty goddamn good, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty goddamn good. And it's got an 11% chance to crit attached to it. That is not bad. Largely situational and not really good against bosses, but still, not bad overall. Just got a text from Ice. Uh-oh. That's some bad news from Ice there. Ice, I'm so sorry to hear about the bad news. I will text him back after the show. But yikes, that is not good. That is rough. Never want to hear about that. I'm not gonna spill the beans because I don't know if it's a secret or not, but anyway. So we got a recoat up here, we got a new Picto, we got some Lumina as well. Whatever it is, I hope he's doing okay. It's not a serious thing, Hanny, but it is the loss of something precious. An item that was precious and very expensive. So I'll just leave it at that. Because again, I don't want to spill his business to everybody here on the show, but yeah, I hope they find it. Hope they find it. All right, doing a little running around here. I saw a hilarious fucking meme earlier, Hanny, and it was like a picture of a dusty inside of a computer case. It's all dusty, and it was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and spray the dust out of this thing. And then in the next slide it says, ladies and gentlemen, the computer won't turn the fuck on. Like, if that isn't real life, dude, I don't know what is. That literally happened to me. Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, however long that was. And I'm still sitting on my Still sitting on my brand new processor. I have not bought the other computer parts yet to be able to fully upgrade the PC. Yo, let me get it real quick. I just want to show you, because I'm proud of it. Here it is, baby. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. Hang on. Hang on, I gotta pull us out of the game screen for a second. Bang. Wait, can it focus? Focus, camera, focus. No, it's not gonna focus. I'm doing my best, but as a widescreen camera, this doesn't do as well as, like, close-up shots. This is made to be, like, I have it, like, sectioned off at the sides, but it can really go, like, the entire width of this room. This was, like, a $500 webcam, so, you know, there's a reason why it doesn't do certain things well, but yeah. So, one more time, just one more. Come on, camera. Come on, don't let me down. Yeah, you can't see it. Anyway, it's a Ryzen 9800X3D processor. It's like a fucking $600 or something. It's like a $550 processor that I bought, and I don't have the rest of the pieces for. So, like, I don't have a motherboard that can support it yet. I don't have the RAM. I don't have the cooler. I probably will buy a new case when it's time. But anyway, yeah, I can't wait to get it put in. I cannot wait. It's in a matter of months, whenever I decide to pull the trigger on the rest of it. Because it's still, like, I gotta invest, like, another $500 to be able to get this thing into a computer and, like, get it all upgraded. But once I do, let me tell you, we will be hitting, like, 5 times as many frames as I'm currently used to. Which is gonna be crazy. Especially if I leave it in 1080p. This thing is, like, arguably one of the best gaming processors on the market right now. And the only reason that I say arguably is because they have since released a much more expensive $800 version of what is essentially the same thing, but with a slightly better base processor attached to it. But, like, that one has been out for such little time that people don't even know whether or not it's better. Or so. But anyway, I'm super fucking pumped about this. At some point, it's going in. And right now, it is a paperweight that costs as much as 2 car payments. So there's that. But I am excited for it whenever that time comes. I have, like, parts and stuff all picked out, things that I'm going to get. I haven't decided on which case I'm gonna pick up yet, but whatever I decide on, it will be one that's on sale. Because I have spent enough at this point. And I'm sure Star is tired of me spending our money. But that being said, I don't buy things for myself that often. And June, next month, is my month. Not only is Father's Day in June, which, you know, that's for us, right? But my birthday is also at the end of June, so it was a good time to buy this now, so that there's no excuse when the time comes. We all know what I'm getting for my birthday. And then after that, I want to get a new monitor. Not that this monitor is bad in any way. I'm just going to use it as a 4th monitor, which I have 2 right now, and then I use a TV, like a 70-inch TV, as my 3rd monitor in the other side of the room. So I can interact with the TV using the remote, and I can utilize different things to check different platforms while I'm doing the show to make sure that, like, one platform isn't lagging behind the other one or, like, having significant problems. That allows me to better see. But this monitor that I'm currently using, the one as my main monitor, is only a 1080p. It's 144 hertz, but it's only a 1080p. It doesn't go up to 1440, and it definitely doesn't do 4K. But my graphics card can support both of those. So when I do get a new monitor, I'll likely go for a 1440p upgrade at like a 27-inch, probably curved monitor. The one that I'm currently using is a 21 or a 24. I want to say it's a 21, but it's probably a 24. It's a really good monitor. I really like it. Don't get me wrong. But it's not pushing my graphics card the way that I would like, because I can't go up to 1440p. So, but when I can, oh baby, that shit is gonna be sexy as fuck. I'll be able to record in 4K too, so if I ever decide, like, I want to do videos in 4K, I'll be able to do that. So that'll be really cool. Do I go straight or do I go right? That is the hard-hitting question here. because both of them have a flag. I think I'm going to go right to start, because straight seems like the way forward. So we're going to try going right to start. I'm going to go up these steps. I know there's a flag over there, but I don't care. Let's go and go see what's goody over on the right side. And then we'll do center last, because I do feel like that is the legitimate way that you are supposed to go. I also want to take a quick look around, just to make sure I didn't miss any loot from, like, this perspective, right? Changing your perspective in these games often will show you glowy shit that you couldn't see walking down the beaten path. I see something purple over in the distance, but I'm not sure what it is. It's too small to be able to see. You can see it kind of right above my camera. Very difficult to see. Even on the TV, the 70-inch fucking TV over there, it's a little bit too difficult to see. But it's like it's right there, right above that honeycomb-looking thing, is something purple. Not sure if it's loot or not, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I am super pumped about that processor, bro. I waited for weeks for it to come back. I only didn't buy it immediately because it wasn't in stock. Hello. Got a little friend over here. I wonder if I can get this homie's attention. Bro. Fight me through this wall. Fight me through the wall. We could stab at each other through the little slits in this, this pallet or whatever. Come here. Buddy. He doesn't give a damn about me, bro. He doesn't even know I'm here. It's because he doesn't have eyes. Or ears. Alright, we're gonna Prince of Persia our way across this gap. There we go. Literally just the exact same climbing from Prince of Persia. The old ones, too, like the Sands of Time. The ones for, like, the PlayStation 2. Exact same traversal as that. We've got these blue veiny wiener trees blocking our path here, which I'm sure, as in every Metroidvania, I'm sure we will figure out how to break those veiny wiener trees later, but we haven't figured it out yet. So there we go, starting this combat. My L dies, immediately puts the guy down to like 30% health, and then I just finish him off with a single hit from Verso. Bob's your uncle. We're out of here. Obviously, you can do something to this. Did I turn on the AC? I swear I didn't. Hang on one sec. No, I didn't. It's just really cold in here. Not that I'm complaining. You know, that's a nice change, but, what's the temperature outside? Hang on. I gotta know. Because it's, like, never this cold in here. 55. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 55. Holy shit. It was, like, 80 degrees yesterday. How does that happen? Like, what happened in the weather that it dropped 30 degrees in a single day? Oh, here's the guy I was trying to talk to from the other side of the wall. Friend, come here. We gotta have a little chat.
Let's carve a path.
My L detonates. It doesn't quite do as much to this guy as it does to the other guys, but that's okay. Because that means that Verso will gain more perfection rank off of that. Let's go ahead and just pick her up. And now she's back. I let it kill her again, and it took him down to 10% health. Okay, see you later, bro. That was our first legitimate turn right there. Our first legitimate turn past first strike. And he's gone. And every time the combat ends, my L gets resurrected with 1 hit point, so I don't have to worry about healing her or, like, rezzing her outside of combat, because she's just going to blow up again as soon as combat starts anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I'll take that Picto. Energizing Death. On death, plus 4 AP to allies. Yo. Bro. We got to turn that into a Lumina so that I can equip it on my L. On death, 4 AP to allies. They have no idea what they just did to me. Like, that means that I'm going to be given 7 AP, which means every character is going to start with max AP. That's essentially how that goes. At the start of the fight, every character is now going to start with max AP. which is great. And that'll free up some Lumina space for Lune here, because then I won't have to put on Energizing Start, because at the start of the battle, everybody will get 4 AP, so I'll free up this 5 right here. So that'll be awesome. That'll actually be fantastic for me. Okay, so this is the door I came in at. This is the spot where I just was. I got the new thing right here. Another Lumina, or whatever. I went around over here. I grabbed the Picto from the side right there. This is the door that I could not open from the other side, which I assume I will just be able to walk through from this side. I'm gonna go do this combat with these 3 dudes down here, and then we will very easily just pick up that loot. I want to see if I can get up here. I would imagine I can, but not from my current angle, which means that the entrance to whatever's up there is probably down here and to the left. Just like my boys. Little homies just chilling out down here.
Let's carve a path.
That dealt very little damage to them, but that's okay. We're just gonna start with this guy. Use this move to increase his perfection rank. Again, we'll start with Lune. Give her the res for my elf. And she's back. And dodge everybody.
I'll do it.
Relentless combo. Again, we're just dodging everyone. A smashing combo. Nigel Thornberry would be proud. Smashing. Anyway, silliness aside, this guy is breakable immediately. Let's go ahead and break him. There we go, now that guy's broken. I really didn't need to break him for anything, I just thought it would be fun. We can now use Light Holder on him to take him up to S rank. Looks like he's just gonna stop at A because that guy died instead. Not a big deal. We can go ahead and use Healing Light on Lune here. Get her a fat ass heal. I forgot I have to press that at the right moment, like a parry. But that's no big deal. We can always just res him next turn or in a couple of turns with Lune there. So let's go ahead. We'll put her... Let's apply burn, because we are getting to the point where we're going to be able to swap over to Virtuo's stance pretty soon here.
I'm ready.
He's going to perform a smashing jump. Got the parry off.
I'm ready.
The relentless combo now. I failed that dodge twice.
Let's push forward.
Again, not really that big of a deal. She does not have enough to actually res Verso here. But we're just going to heal her back up so she doesn't die. I can use Swift Stride to go into Virtuo's stance as well as... Oh, I thought it would kill that guy. Gonna dodge everything. There we go. His turn started, he burned to death, so that's great. We can now use Rebirth on Verso.
Brilliant light.
Bring him back to life here. Boom.
Go again.
And now we're in Virtuo's stance, so we can go ahead and use Sword Ballet on this guy. And just finish off the combat. No problems, no hiccups. No issues at all.
Great.
Another color of Lumina here, so that feels good. I thought there would be a way up here, but I'm not seeing one. Which leads me to believe that potentially we find this from a different area, or maybe we just don't get to go up here at all. Let's just check, though. This is definitely a way to drop down. So however we get up there, just want to look and see if there's any grapple points, grapple locations, anything like that that I might be missing. Or do we have to break out that veiny blue wiener tree later on. I'm not sure. That might be the way to get up to this spot. But we don't get to, like, again, Metroidvania-esque, we don't get to do that until much later. I should really be, like, marking down where I find those trees so that I can come back and take care of it later. Probably not going to, but just in case, I probably should. You know, this is why you go through and you play New Game Plus for stuff like this. Because again, as I get caught on this wheel, as I go back here, this seems like the obvious way then, if we can't go forward, to get around to whatever is up there. Which I'm going to assume is like a picto of some kind, or something. And then this is going to be our shortcut right here, which is going to allow us to enter back into this space relatively easily. No? Okay, I guess I'll go fuck myself. Oh, there it is. Yes, this is our shortcut right here, which will allow us to get back to this space relatively easily as we come back with our power to blow up that blue tree. But for now, we can now go straight since I have checked out everything on the left and the right sides. We're gonna go over here, we're gonna climb across whatever this, like, bridge type thing is that that they left for whatever reason. How's everybody's health looking? Totally fine. Totally fine, we're good. Can jump up here and use this to advance myself forward. Again, we're checking around, looking at everything, checking out all these bodies. Lots of corpses out here, bro. Lots and lots of corpses. Awful lot of dead people in this motherfucker. That's all I'm saying. Hello? No? Alright. Just gonna keep checking it out. Doing a little back and forth, running around. You never know. Gotta break boxes, too. Could be something in those boxes. And there is.
Interesting.
Leave no stone unturned, chat. Lest ye miss out on the good loot. Alright, so we got another guy right here. Let's just say hello to him. Hello. Damn. I moved into him too quickly. And I'm not going to get my first strike off with Verso. That feels bad, but whatever. Pick my L back up.
I'm better.
Dodging that shit.
Let's dance.
Well, she took some hits that I wasn't anticipating, but whatever. They killed my L, and it killed everyone in the whole room. Except the main guy. So, like, do I even bother, or do I just basic attack him? Why not? Again, my L's gonna get rezzed with 1 hit point anyway. Not like that really becomes an issue. Hanny, I also found something that I want to show you. Maybe not today, maybe not even on stream. But I do want to show you this funny thing that I found. It is, well, I'm just gonna show you whenever that time comes. Not right now. But at some point. I thought it was gonna put me into a cutscene because it started to lag, but I guess not. Let's go check up here. Are you an enemy? You were.
Ready to strike.
Okay. Let's use light holder. Kill that guy immediately. Use Lune.
Brilliant light.
Pick her up. Everybody gains 3 AP.
Thanks.
Ouch.
Blades sharpened.
This guy is at pretty close. He's at like 80% health. So rather than use Sword Ballet immediately, I am instead going to apply Spark to him for the burn. And then here with Verso, I am going to use Paradigm Shift, which will give me more AP. Put me up at 9 AP there. I can heal her, which I think I'm going to do. Just gonna go ahead and drop this heal onto Lune. Get this parry off. And he's down. Whoops. This shit is so easy now. Oh my god. Combats are so much faster now than they were before. Like, actually ridiculously faster compared to how it was before I made builds. Got another flag here, bro. Every flag imaginable. Not that I need it. But it's here, in case I do. Got another color of Lumina.
That will help.
The amount of these color of Lumina that are in the game is so generous that even if you don't explore everything like I do, there is a really good chance that you're going to come out of the game in your first playthrough with a solid amount of these things. Ooh, another one of these guys. I love these guys. But can I actually kill him in the time that it makes sense? I don't know. Let's go kill the other guys first before I start chasing this dude around. I gotta find his little area anyway where I'm supposed to stop him at. Okay, we got something right here. Is there anything on the other side of this? No. No, so we're totally fine there. Can I climb up on these rocks? No. It looks like you can, but you can't. Okay. Alright then. I see some loot up here. But I'm like checking around everything just to make sure there's no like secret ways to fall down where I might find something that I might actually want. Also, I am swimming in chroma. I have 107,000 chroma right now. Bro. I can't show it to you at this exact moment. Because it needs to be, I need to have access to the world map while I'm doing this. But when you do see it, you might have already figured it out, but maybe not. But when you do see it, you'll be like, what the fuck? If you haven't already done it yourself, it will definitely surprise and delight. You know, like a blowjob you weren't anticipating. Hello. You seem very eager to die, so let me just hook you up here.
My turn.
Don't worry, friend.
Your existence ends now.
And it's dead.
A storm is coming.
That's good stuff right there, baby.
Won't disappoint. Blades sharpened.
That's all he had, huh? Let's use sword ballet on him. Granted, I did not have burning equipped on attached on this guy, so the odds of me one-hitting him, and also I was not in virtuoso stance, so it was less likely that I was gonna one-hit him with that, but I just wanted to use it for the lols.
Your existence ends now.
And now he's dead. Now he is, in fact, dead as fuck. All right, so I was looking around over here, looking for anything that might be of use to me, loot or otherwise. That's the way I came, right? That is, in fact, the way I came. I really hope that's the way I came. That is a flag right there. I'm just gonna drop down. I have to make sure that I'm not missing out on something good. Yes, that is, in fact, the way that I came. Okay. Good, that's where I found that thing by breaking open the box. Now, I am not 100% certain that I will be able to kill the, God, what are they called? I always forget the name of the guys that run away from you. Anyway, the patty cake or whatever. Whatever the fuck their name is. I'm not certain I'll be able to kill him immediately, but we gonna find out anyway. My phone is getting blown up, bro. blown up. Friend. I found the spot where I need to drive you to. I'm just not sure how to get you to go there. We're gonna try a couple of different ways here. Was it right here? Where was that purple spot? Not there. Yeah, there it is. I see it over there now. Okay, so we're going to approach this guy from here. Yeah, run over there. Yes, perfect. Okay, good. Now run over here. Great. That's wonderful. That's exactly where I wanted you to be, as a matter of fact. Patank. There we go. Patank.
Take cover.
I failed. My counter. Patank will flee in 3 turns. It's Patankin time. That's right.
A brilliant light.
We won't disappoint.
For the fun of it, I may just let him kill my L a couple of times. Because that would be hilarious. Something's telling me I'm not going to have any problem killing this Patank. I don't know what it is, but something is jumping out at me. Like this is not going to be an issue in any way.
On me.
Just try it.
Danger.
Please survive.
Whoops.
Oh well.
Oh, you can't escape that? We're all just exhausted? Have I got a deal for you, my friend? I'm gonna go into Swift. I'm gonna use this, go into Virtuoso stance. I'm just gonna basic attack him. He's dead, bro. I win. We got a Polished Chroma Catalyst times 5. 1 more Respect Token, and 5 times Color of Lumina. Feels good. That was so easy. I really thought that was gonna be a challenge. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought, hey, you know what, this might be hard. But it wasn't at all. These sack of potatoes, or sack of potatoes, or whatever the fuck they're called, are everywhere out here, bro. Who's over here killing Gestrels, and for what purpose? What harm did they ever do to anyone except for talking shit? One thing that I will say about Gestrels is that they are expert shit talkers. I have never met an inanimate object made animate that talks more smack than a Gestrel. They always have some tough guy. Like, they have beer muscles to the highest degree. They think they are so strong. But in reality, they're just one of those things that artists use to pose a human body. I don't even know what those are called. I know they have a proper name. I just can't think of it right now. A model. We'll just call it that for now. It's not exactly what I was going for, but it's close enough. Just want to do a little once-over again around all these parts, making sure that I have broken every box. I have searched under every thing. You know, double-backed to every point just to see. This Expeditioner got fucked up. Bro, look at the size of the sword that went through him. The sword's like 5 times the length of his body. If this were Elden Ring, that's the sword I would want to be using. I am a massive fan of great swords. Got a great sword fetish or whatever. Not really. But I do like them a lot. Checking around everything. I think I got everything on the left side here. Now we're gonna head over to the right side. I'm gonna try to avoid that dead guy for as long as possible, because I have no idea. This looks like I'm gonna get in a fight. But it is a journal entry.
Expedition Wolf 41.
Wolf 41.
My bag's getting weighed down from all my kills. Maybe I need to pick smaller trophies. Estelle bagged 7 of those armoured nevs. So I gotta get at least 8 in this next batch if I'm gonna beat her.
I like that they're fighting for
Leah
kills.
showed me how to double up my weapon pictos. Might not be stable, but the bang's gonna be worth it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The painters, might be out of our reach, but her minions aren't. And if I die, I'm gonna make sure I die big. Like Xavier says,
Yep.
subtlety is not our game. We only live till 40. So let's go make some friends.
Amen, dude. Amen. If I knew that I was only going to live until 40, let me tell you something, bro. These next 5 years, 4 years, I guess, since I turn 36 next month, these next 4 years would be insane. I would be burning all bridges. All ridiculous shit that I could possibly get away with, I would be trying to do. Ooh, this guy's got cool fucking armor. Bro, I want this armor. Let me get this costume right here. I will put it on all my characters. Or I will put it on the only main character. The male character, I mean, not main. Yeah, dude, it looks super sick to me. With a little face on your shoulder. And, like, whatever is going on with that helmet. I don't know, but I like it. I am about it. Good day to you, sir. Let me show you how to explode a teenager, bro. I'm gonna show you how to turn teenage angst into an actual bomb.
Your existence ends now.
Alright, that guy's dead.
A brilliant light.
Yes, sir. Now, alright, Trumpeteer's gonna do his thing. Apply shell to his allies. A little perfect dodging.
The dance begins.
The dance begins. All right. We are going to apply spark to this dude.
On me.
Get that burn rolling. His trumpet skills really leave a lot to be desired. You know?
I would have lived.
Just gonna go ahead and heal. Bro, it is so ridiculous. Verso's heal for himself is like the best heal in the entire game. I just healed for every hit point he has. He was at like 300 hit points or something like that. I healed for his entire health pool. That is insane. Anyway, I am going to... Let's go ahead and use Electrify on this dude right here to give Lune a few more stains. Does this guy even live through that? No, he does not. No, he absolutely does not. That was a cute little move he did, though. Fucking... Just shoot him in the head. It's fine. He's done. He's out of here. Get out of here, bro. You're embarrassing yourself.
Well, that will help.
Got another color of Lumina. Love it. You'll love to see it. That looks like an enemy right there. It absolutely is an enemy right there. I'm gonna go around from the side here just to see if I can find anything. Give myself a little bit more room. Anything at all that might be down here. I'm seeing kind of nothing. Nothing, really. I'm gonna try and blow up these boxes if I can. Nothing there. Nothing there. Excuse me. Yes, there we go. Nothing. All right. If I go up this, what's at the top? New Picto? Whoop. Well, I shit the bed, but it's fine. I didn't mean to fall off, but it's totally fine. A chromatic luster. That's gross, bro. What are you lusting about? You nasty.
Let's finish this.
Fire explosion, huh? I guess I was supposed to dodge that, wasn't I? And that's fair enough. That is fair enough. I didn't know it was going to explode. Let's send in the reserve team.
Take your shot.
Okay, I dodged one of them.
Time to take risks.
Consumes burn to regain health, huh? That's interesting. Okay, so with Sael, since I do have her now, I do have the 100% crit chance thing applied to her, so she always crits, because she's fighting alone. I got some other things that are, you know, fighting alone adjacent. But in addition to that, I also have a new weapon on her that heals her for 5% of her maximum health for every foretell she applies, which means that every time I use Focus Foretell the first time, she instantly heals for 25% of her maximum health. And she also has a heal of her own, which we'll fuck with in a minute, but yeah, so let's go ahead and apply some of this Foretell right here. Get a fat heal going on. Well, there we go. Tael is burning, and she's very low health, which would be very scary, except I have this Harvest ability, which heals for 40% of my maximum health, and consumes all Foretell, which I have 5 applied, to heal for another 5% per Foretell used, so 65% heal here, about to go off. There we go.
You're short?
It's gonna regain health, which is very unfortunate for me. At least for the time being, but we'll be fine. I'm gonna use Focus Foretell again. Get some of that Foretell applied there. I dodged the explosion that time. Oh. There we go, and now he gets another turn. Damn, I died, okay. Alright, now I know that I have to actually dodge his explosion, because he is going to explode. That's totally fine, not a big deal. I'm not afraid of the chromatic, whatever he is, chromatic butthole, at all. The chromatic fire crotch is going down, but first, I want to see if I can grab this loot up here without falling off this bridge. Because I absolutely shit the bed the last time I tried this. New Picto.
Good stuff.
Empowering Tint. Healing Tint also applies powerful. Nice, nice. Facebook, can you leave me the fuck alone? Bro, my phone is going crazy. It's driving me nuts. Like, shut up, Facebook. No one cares. I'll take that chroma you got there. And I'll take you as well, sir.
Let the ink flow.
He looks like an asshole after you eat Chipotle. That's terrible, but when you see his face, you'll understand.
Oh, thanks.
All right, here's the fire explosion, which I failed miserably. There we go. How did I just get another notification? I am gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna have to just shut my whole phone off here in a second. All right, let's revive Lune.
I won't waste this.
Ouch. Damn, I failed hard. I failed super hard. I gotta stop getting distracted. Send in the reserves. I need practice dodging his shit. There we go. Boom, boom, dodge. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Great. Beautiful. Focus Foretell. Apply that big Foretell damage.
You're short? Try me.
Consumes burn to regain health, but I don't have any burns applied to him right now, so I don't have to worry about that at all. All right, I now have Sealed Fate. No, not Sealed Fate. Which is the one that applies Foretell. Applies 5 Foretell. Applies damage and 5 Foretell to the target and all burning enemies. Here we go. So let's go ahead and use this. We'll get 5 more Foretell applied to this motherfucker. Perfect dodge that shit.
Try me.
Gain another AP there. Gain another AP so that I can have 5 in this next turn. We've got Phantom Blade here. That is not the one that I need. The one that I want is Sealed Fate. All right, Hanny, check this shit out, right? So this is my my setup with Sael to go a little deeper into it. She heals every time she applies Foretell, right? But this Sealed Fate move deals high dark damage, 5 to 7 hits, right? So it hits a lot of times. And it consumes a Foretell for each hit to deal 200% more damage, right? But when she crits when using this move, it does not remove the Foretell. So, because she is fighting alone, she has the Lumina applied that always makes her crit. That means that she always deals 300% damage with Sealed Fate and always keeps the Foretell active. Is that shit not ridiculous? So she's dealing triple damage because she always crits with this move. So let's just see how it does. This is my first time actually getting to use this, so I'm very excited. Here we go.
Your fate is sealed.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Take your shot.
Try me.
It regained some health, but that doesn't really matter. And a perfect dodge that shit.
Well.
And now I have another turn here where I get to utilize Sealed Fate. I'm now in Twilight stance as well. So 2 times Foretell applied, which I don't need to worry about because I already have a massive amount of Foretell on here. But what I could do is heal myself up more by using Searing Bond because it applies Foretell. But I don't really need to at this point. I'm going to use Sealed Fate again. Let's just see how it goes. 19,000 damage with that hit, bro.
Not today.
Try me. Here we go.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. Here you go. You want some more?
Fate is sealed.
Again, 19,000 damage. And a perfect dodge out of the way of that.
Feel better.
Here's a counterattack, and he's dead. You can't fuck with Sael, bro. The setup that I have made for her is too OP. Too OP. Very, very strong. Ooh, a new weapon that scales with Vitality for Sael. Let's go. Let's check it out. Sael, what you got here? I think I will heal the party now with a Chroma Elixir. Get everybody back up to full health there. Let's see. Let's look at the new one. We got the Lustison. Killing an enemy with Foretell applies its Foretell to another random enemy. Apply Mark on consuming Foretell. 20% increased dark damage with skills. That is pretty good. Pretty solid. And it deals more damage than my currently equipped Rangeson? I don't know how to pronounce this. But I like the free heal that I get for applying Foretell. So I'm going to keep this one until I hopefully get this same set of skills, but applied on a weapon that has Vitality as its main scaling stat. Because again, and this one, this other new one as well. Consume 1 moon charge on turn start to recover 20% of each ally's health. That's kind of cool. 20% health for 1 moon charge is actually pretty goddamn good. Base attack gives 1 moon charge at level 10. Moon skills give 1 more charge at level 20. All of that is kind of cool, but not good enough to make me take off the 5% per Foretell applied. I do like the idea of this, and it does scale with Vitality, which is arguably a little bit better. It's actually a lot more damage as well, because it does scale with Vitality, and because it's 1 level higher. But, that being said, I'm not always going to have moon charges. So, 20% health at the start of each turn, but I consume a charge. Like, I might want those charges, you know? This is just free healing from my weapon that I currently have equipped. Just, absolutely, just applies to me no matter what, as long as I'm putting Foretell on things. And then this one is scales with Vitality as a B, which is actually really good. But I don't really care about its effects. So I don't really need to worry about it. It is a much stronger weapon. Much stronger. Basically double the damage of my current weapon, but I'm not really worried about that. And a new Picto, energizing parry level 9, plus 1 AP on successful parry. That could be very good. I can't see anything over in this little corner, but... yeah, dude, being able to 3 turns in a row just bust out a casual 60,000 damage with Sayel on her own, that feels pretty good. It basically makes her her one move go from a 4 AP high damage move to a 4 AP extreme damage move, which is always welcome, you know? Always want to deal as much damage as humanly possible. Can I jump on your boxes? I absolutely can. Hell yeah. How did I not pick this up before?
An advantage.
Color of Lumina. I swear I did, but maybe it's because I died. I'm not sure exactly. Anyway, yeah, so I got that. I got all of the loot that was over there. Just doing a couple of run-throughs of this place to make sure that I got everything. Because I am a completionist. I want to get all the stuff if I can. Wherever possible. I want to run through and get all this shit. Looks like that's complete there. That was that way. I already went up top, but just in case I missed anything, I'm going to go back up. Just to see if there's anything in any direction that I might want to look at. Or if this is just the single way across and that's it. Looks like it is. I'm not seeing any grappling points that I can go to, nothing like that. No, like, ledges on the side of the wall that I can climb over. So yeah, so we're good there. We're gonna take the lift back down. I do want to blow up these boxes. For the good of us all. There we go. Did that give her a level up, by the way? I want to know. She's 29 now. I feel like it did level her up at some point. I just don't, I don't remember what level she was. But yeah, being able to solo that chromatic Chipotle butthole worked out pretty well. Worked out in my favor, I'm not gonna lie. Very satisfied. Okay, now I have no other place to go. What is with all the toes in this game, dude? So many toes. Everywhere I look, just fucking feet. I am a foot hater. For those of you who don't know. I don't have like a fear of them, like no phobias of feet or anything like that. I'm just sick of seeing everybody's toes out everywhere I look. And it all started with Sigma in Overwatch 1. They put that character in. I was so mad. That sounds ridiculous, right? But like, come on, dude. Not trying to stare at a grown man's feet the whole time. Alright, here we go. Let's talk to this thing. Fading woman, you may leave. I've no interest in speaking with you. What about her? No? What about her? You're awake? Oh my god, it worked, bro. You could cycle through characters to be able to get different dialogue from these shades. I didn't know that. Surprising. Have you sufficiently recovered? If so, then you can help. There's much left to do. Who are you? Help with what? I guess not. Pity. I'd hoped to return to more important matters. But instead, I must occupy my time with this. What do you mean? What occupies your time? An exercise in futility. I really don't have time for this. It's probably for the best that you don't get involved after what happened before. Go and play with your friends. I'll handle this. The woman has gone silent. Bitch! Talk to me! I want more information. Hello? Will you speak to Lune? I don't know why I keep pressing the wrong button to interact with her, but it is what it is. Anyway, she don't want to talk. I wonder if that means I could have swapped to... I saw a little boy spirit. I don't remember exactly where, but I saw one a while ago. I wonder if that means I could have swapped characters and gotten somebody to actually interact with him. Or if he only would have interacted with Verso, and I couldn't have interacted with him yet.
And no sign of your special Nevron.
For now.
I guess we're lucky.
Past the danger zone, for now. The green seems like the way forward. They put the yellow paint on it. There's obviously going to be some loot over here. Because why wouldn't there be? There was definitely something in here that flew away when I attacked. And I don't know what it was. But now I'm mad that I don't get to find out. It better be up top. In some way. Like over there. Better not be permanently running from me. Oh. That's what it was. It's one of the locks to these, cages. Paint cage.
Nice.
There we go. Another chroma elixir, baby. Now I've got 5 of them jaunts. I barely ever use them. But when I do, I'll be happy that that extra one is there. Maybe. Probably. Okay, I see the journal entry. I also see a lot of boxes. Ripe for the effing. Which, for those of you who don't know, that's the key you press to do this ranged move on PC. But it also opens up a whole line of jokes. This looks like the carts from Elden Ring, doesn't it? Like the little carts you see all over the place. I guess they're pretty much in every Souls game, but that's what it looks like to me. We got some nothing over here. A little bit of nothing. I want to pick this up, but I also want to make sure I'm not going to get my shit kicked in. Looks like we're fine.
Expedition
57, let's go. Carla.
These siege engines seemed much more powerful in Lumiere. But on this battlefield, next to all these broken bodies, staring at the true size of the monolith, I feel despair. I dare not show my true feelings. As commander, I cannot yield to fear, but I can't help but wonder, is pressing forward the correct course of action?
Yeah.
Our lives are forfeit anyway, but is there perhaps a better way to spend such precious coin?
I wouldn't be worrying about money if you knew you were gonna die. Like, also, you look ridiculous. You got a trumpet stuck on your head, bitch. What the fuck? Pardon my language. If you'll pardon my French, what the fuck? You know? Pardon my French is my new favorite joke for Expedition 33. Crossing the damn sea was hard, but oof, didn't expect to find a war zone brimming with Nevrons. What you got in your inventory? Oh my god, I can fight the merchant? Bet your ass I'm gonna fight this merchant. Let's go. You are gonna fight Sael, and you are gonna like it. Probably not. She's probably gonna fuck you up. I'm just being real. Man, this guy is dead. He has no idea how dead he really is. Good hit, bro. Good hit. I'm gonna use Focus Foretell to apply more Foretell to him. Ouch. That's all he's got, dude. I'm literally letting him hit me. And that's all he's got. We can apply 2 more Foretell to him. Heal myself for 274. Here's a counterattack for you. That counterattack hits so hard, bro. That was half of his health. That was the first hit I dealt to him. He's already down at half health. She only has 2 AP. I'll just basic attack, I guess. I don't really need to apply more Foretell, you know?
Okay.
And he's almost dead. Phantom Blade just to break him. And he's gone. That was absurdly easy. I do not want to part with my secret stash, but you dueled me good. Have a look-sees. Oh, I'm gonna. You can't stop me. An outfit for Mael called Obscur. Let's fucking go. I'm buying it. I can't wait to put Obscur on Mael. Wait, choose an expeditioner. Wait, no. I can't go back either. God damn it. Tab, 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 tab. Circle. Enter. Backspace. Left, right. W. I can't. I have to fight him again. God damn it. I held the wrong button. Oh well. Not that it matters. Alright, let's apply some foretell. You get a counterattack. You have 5 foretell applied. Let's just seal your fate here. That was ridiculously easy. Yeah, I wanted to buy your stuff if possible. If that would be alright with you, sir. Alright, I got the Obscure outfit for Mael. Got the Chroma Catalyst, I don't need those. A Polished Chroma Catalyst, I don't really need those. I do want to buy all of the Color of Lumina, though. Definitely all of those. I'll buy this Respect token. Benesim? Healing skills cost 1 less AP. Generate 1 Earth Stain at the beginning of each turn. Replay instantly on consuming stains with a healing skill. That is cool. That is not bad. And it scales with Vitality, so that's actually a pretty good move for... Or a pretty good weapon for Lune. But, I mean... You know, replay instantly, I think, is the really good one. Right, that's the real reason why I would use that. But, anyway. Inverted Affinity, New Picto. Gives me 270 health and 11% crit. Apply Inverted on self for 3 turns on battle start. 50% increased damage while inverted. What is inverted? That mean I turn upside down? What the fuck is that? I don't understand. I am going to buy these Polished Chroma Catalysts. Just going to get all of those. I don't care about the rest of it. Thanks for your stuff, dude. I appreciate it. Got a new outfit for Mael. Let's go. Let's apply it. Mael, what you look like in the Obscure outfit? Is it cool? I bet it's cool. That's the name of the game, baby. Literally. Yeah, it's quite cool. Mael, congratulations, you got a new outfit. Normally, I don't apply that stuff, but this time I think I'm going to. I need to know what inverted is. Expedition basics. Let's do not dodge, not parry. Perfection. Resistance, elemental affinity, status effects. Inverted. Prevents the character from being healed. If the character is healed while affected by inverted, it takes damage instead. Well, that's not great. Because I have a ton of healing things on my characters, so I definitely don't want that. That sounds like shit, bro. Yeah, but who knows? Maybe I'll find a use for it later. Can I jump out this window? Oh, yeah. Bet your sweet ass I can. I'm not gonna, but I can. Just in case, I want to see what's down here before I jump out. I don't want this to accidentally take me to a random-ass place. Trumpet head over here. Still very dead. Nothing to see there. I do want to see... Is there a way to get up? Like, if I go up, can I exit from a different way? I don't think so. But I feel like it's worth a shot. No, right? I can't, like, jump out of here and, like, land on anything over there. No. And there's no, like... Can't bust out this wall. Can't pull out one of Link's bombs from Zelda, right? And just blow the wall up. Creating a secret passage. I can yeet myself into oblivion. At least there's that. And I don't think there's anything up top. I thought there might have been before, but I think it was just that paint cage. But why would there be ways to cross these if you couldn't get up there, you know? That's the real hard-hitting question. So how the fuck do I get up there? What if she was going to show me, but now she's not going to show me anymore? Because I didn't answer the questions the right way. That would piss me off. That mean that I can climb up over here? I mean, I know I already tried this, but it's worth a second shot now that I'm finding things that look like I should be able to cross them. I have no idea if I'm going to find something worthwhile over here, but I feel like any idea is worth checking out. Any potential thing that I could do to maybe find more loot, maybe find more stuff along the way, always worth a gander. At least I think. Alright. Yeah, really not seeing much of anything. What about from that side? Is there any way to get to that side, but from here? You know? Like up there. How do I climb this platform? I want to know. Yeah, like there's an obvious bridge here. Obvious bridges there. Clearly, something wants me to be able to get to places. This is the only way up that I can remember. You gonna mantle, bro, or are we just gonna... Fine. Fine. Don't mantle. It's totally fine. You don't have to pull yourself up with your weak little arms. There. I'll pull myself up. And you can't seem to figure it out on your own. Can I break these? Negative. I fell. Fuck. Alright, let's go back. Let's ride the little lift back up one more time. Just one more time. Yeet! Nothing, right? Nothing over here. Nothing, no way to get up. No way at all. And I fell again, so we're in great shape. Hello. Yeah, no, that was the way that I came from. I'm confident that there is nothing up there. But, you know, for the sake of it, I'm going to give it one more try. This is a platform. This is the edge of a platform. Can't climb that. Can't do anything. I can't, like, use this to cross any other way. There's no, like, hidden rock walls to climb on top of. I can't go this way or this way. Can't climb that ladder. Ooh, maybe. Ooh, maybe. Hello. I've never seen them climb a ladder in this game, so I'm going to assume that you cannot climb ladders. But on the off chance that you can climb ladders, what if I could jump from there to here? Absolutely not. There's no fucking way that's going to work. Zero chance. But I am seeing what feels like an obvious, like, platform to go across here. I see the platform. But I need to know how to get over to that side. If that is even possible. You've got, like, that opening right there. I have to, like, look real close because it's hard to tell. Got that opening right there. With a platform to fall down onto. Then you can take that across, right? I don't think you can jump that gap, though. I don't think you can bridge that gap. That would be crazy. Let's go find out. One way or another, we gotta find out. Like I said, there are these obvious, what appear to be walkways to get across. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are. That's what they appear to be. Snevron's got glowing hands. I can't jump on this. And I can't get up here. What if I go around? What if I just go all the way around, bro? Will you work with me then? Negative. The game stops me right there. So what if I go all the way around? Like We're like quadrupling back here at this point. Just in case. Can I jump on this Nevron? No. Yes? Yes. But it won't let me do anything from that point forward. Alright, well that was good to know. It's an important thought to have. Try and find all the places that you could platform on in this bitch. Potentially find your way to brand new loots. But I see nothing. Beautiful area. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful area, great soundtrack. Sexy as fuck out here. But kind of useless, I think. Can I climb this obviously laid pole? No. No. The game said, I got a laid pole for you. And that was that. Okay, nothing here. Nothing up my sleeve. And I see absolutely no way to get over to this spot. Even though these things are built in a way that makes it seem like you should be able to. I'm finding no obvious route. I think at a certain point I just have to chalk this up to either I can't get there or I am not figuring it out. If I see loot up there, that'll be the determining factor. But as of right now, this is all still speculation. I noticed this Nevron is on fire. But how is he still on fire? Nothing there, nothing there. Nothing, I already went that way. See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Look at this shit. This obvious tree bridge they've created for us. Let me up! I don't know how. Anyway, I'll just have to keep moving forward. We'll keep it in mind. Keep our eyes peeled. Maybe I find something, maybe I don't. It's always worth looking at, but beyond that, I don't think I can interact with it really in any way. Okay. Another flag here, which means that this is about to be a boss battle. Very likely about to be a boss battle. Oh yeah, I wanted to see. My L went up a level. Let's do it on Lune instead. Or, yeah, excuse me. Lune did not go up a level. L went up a level, and so did my L. I want to see what the health gain is for dropping a single point in. We go from 76. Go from 76 to 84. So a total of 8 health. Is that worth it? And is that extreme diminishing returns? Based on where I think the extreme diminishing returns would be. I feel like it is. Maybe. If I put points into attack power, how much does that go up? 504 to 505 to 508. Yeah, so basically not very much at all. Got it. And for luck, critical hits deal 50% more damage. Yeah, we know. 62%, 63%. So if I start putting points into luck, I can start bridging that gap between the final 14% there that I need for my L to be able to get to 100% crit chance. But I think for now, I'm going to just put points into health like I've been. I want to see if it maxes out at 100. That's going to be my next investigation, you know? 5 points on her, 4 points on him, 3 points on her. Nothing really to write home about yet. We will come back to gaining skills later. Everyone is full health. Everyone's full health. Let's go. I knew it was going to put me into a fight, bro. Hell yeah, dude.
Hey. You holding up? We're almost there.
Holding up. Everywhere we go, just death. Death and more death. Everywhere we go, just death. I don't want to see that anymore.
Look, my
I
Elliot.
thought you would understand. You said you spent your immortality burying the people around you. Doesn't any of this bother you?
Not anymore. He's become desensitized to it.
Gustav's dead. How can you keep going like nothing happened?
And she is really torn up, huh?
We need to continue.
Why do you...
Mael. You know what we must do.
Damn.
When one falls, come on.
Yep, when one falls. Uh-oh. Big Nevron with a sword. Damn, bitch. He came in hard. Uh-oh. Are we falling through the earth right now? Can you pause cutscenes? Like if I hit tab or whatever? No. No, I don't think so. Space? No. W? No. Enter? Negative. Backspace? Nope.
Merde. Are you hurt?
I'm fine.
God damn, there's a lot of corpses down here, dude. Holy. Oh my god.
Ready?
I'm ready. May the odds be ever in his favor. The combat started and we just instantly killed her after healing her up. Ouch. Took a pretty big hit there, but that's alright. We can use offensive switch to apply defenseless and get that big damage going. Put her into offensive stance there. We can use light holder to capitalize on that defenseless and increase his perfection rank. Again, big damage from that. We want to now utilize the immolation ability to apply burning to increase how much our crit chance goes up. Why does this guy hate Mael so much?
Let's carve a path.
That's the hard-hitting question, you know? He gets to go again before the next turn. I'm not really too worried about it. He is almost...
I'm ready.
He's almost stunnable.
Romance flowing.
I need one more AP to be able to use a res, so I'm just gonna basic attack here.
Just try it.
And perfect dodge that shit. I've got 3 AP. I'm gonna use Paradigm Shift to generate a bunch more. I used a move, went from 3 AP to 5 AP. I fucking love Paradigm Shift, dude. It's so good. Let's go ahead and use this res. Pick my L up.
Well, thanks.
This guy sucks. Not gonna lie, he leaves a lot to be desired. Let's go ahead and hit him with the old spark. Get the burn going. I am at 9 AP on Verso. I keep wanting to call him Gustav, but you know, on Verso. Let's go ahead and use Assault 0. It's low damage, but it will give me the most, basically, perfection rank that I can get right now.
Here we go.
For a small amount of AP.
Watch out.
This guy has cheeks. He has large, large cheeks. That's not what I wanted to do. That's alright. Since he is burning, we can go ahead and use that. Put her into Virtuoso Stance. Took a little bit of damage from him, but nothing too serious there. He's now breakable. Let's go ahead and break him.
This and precision.
Got him stunned. He gets no turn next. He's no longer stunned, but I can use Crustal Crush to deal a large amount of damage, consume my 2 lightning stains to be able to increase the damage and hopefully put him right back into break territory. That dealt 18,000 damage. I think at this moment we finish this guy off. That's the end of round 1. Let's see if he has a round 2. I would assume he would. Oh yeah, he does.
Watch out.
Ouch. Ouch. I dodged some of them. That's the important thing. Okay. She's in Virtuoso Stance. I want to go ahead and use... Actually, I kind of want to swap her out of Virtuoso Stance now. So we're going to go ahead and apply Defenseless again. Get her into offensive stance there. She is low health, but I'm not too worried about it. We're going to go ahead and apply Immolate there. Ouch. My L is dead, and I only have 1 AP. So we are going to instead just basic attack. Get myself a little AP from that. Do the gradient parry.
Let's push forward.
We're feeling good. I need to save my AP for the next round, but I also need to keep Lune alive. So I need to make a choice here. Do I want to res with one of my revive tints, which I think I do. That'll give everybody a ton of AP there, which will make it a lot easier to be able to do whatever I need to do. I'm going to use this to put myself up into S rank perfection. Also put a ton of break
I'll do it.
onto him. I see. I had never seen that move before, but now we know what it does. I'm gonna use her turn to generate, to resurrect Lune here.
Can't leave us yet.
Ouch. Okay.
Not giving up.
Now, she has the ability to break him, so let's go ahead and break him immediately. Stun his ass.
Hurts.
And put him into big break territory. I want to use Healing Light on her so that she can get more health back. I think I'm going to take this moment, since I only have 7 AP. I'm going to use Perfect Recovery on Verso. Heal him up basically all the way to full. I'm gonna apply Spark again to get that immolate going. I can now use Paradigm Shift. Actually, I'm pretty high in my perfection level here. I'm gonna instead use...
Danger!
Oh. Inverted, uh-oh.
So dodge.
Okay, we dodged that shit. Inverted. Inverted is a status effect that prevents the character from being healed. If the character is healed while inverted, they take damage instead. That is not great, but it is what it is. I have 9 AP with Lune. I'm going to use Electrify, which only costs 1, but generates 2 light stains for me, which is great. Since he is burning, I'm going to go ahead and put her into Virtuo's stance by using Swift Stride.
Watch out, my Al.
Gonna use a combo on her. Bang, that is a large, very large amount of damage that just put out. 9,999. We're gonna go ahead and use Endbringer from Verso here to absolutely dumpster this cat. And then we're gonna finish him off with a Crustal Crush from Lune. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, buddy, what? You picked up his sword? Damn, that was insane, bro. That was insane. The Dualiso weapon now I just got. And then combo attack, base attack has 1 extra hit. That sounds pretty good. Hell yeah, GG's. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's a really easy fight, I'm not gonna lie. I barely had to do anything, to be honest. While we're still here, I'm gonna leave it on this screen real quick, and I'm gonna hit the John. And I also need to pull up something in the background because I wanna have something active so that I can do a thing. This is in the background. This has nothing to do with you guys. I just want to have it there, and it takes a second to pull up. So while that is happening, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the John real fast so that I'm not sitting here doing the pee-pee dance in my chair. I'll be right back. And then we'll continue here. I can't wait to see what Dualiso is. That looks like a badass fucking sword, I'm not gonna lie. Looks like it deals dark damage, just based off of the icon. Okay. My head looks weird without my headset. I'm so used to seeing my head with my headset on that, like, when I see myself without it, I'm like, man, you look weird, bro. To myself. It's an odd thing to think, but yeah, that is the truth. Alright, I'm doing something in the background here. Hopefully this doesn't affect gameplay too much. I can't imagine that it will, but just in case, I just want to check. Just want to check and have a look-see. Not like it's going to be an actively utilized program, but there was something that I was thinking about a minute ago. That was a really fun fight. The bosses in this game are so enjoyable to play against. They have such cool moves, and like the phase 2 is always like a hype moment, you know? Even in Elden Ring, like, even though it's scary, right? Every time a phase 2 happens, it's always a little bit scary. Because, like, you never know. Like, shit could go south really quickly, really easily. All of a sudden, you could just die, right? But then all of a sudden, maybe something goes really well, and it ends up being, like, really awesome. So... All right, I'm going to do one of those. Nope, not that. And then we'll just do that. And I'm just going to see if I can leave that up. We'll see if this affects our gameplay in any way. My CPU utilization is at about 14% as of right now. So we'll see if it remains that way. Hell yeah.
Well, turns out this Neveron wasn't that strong, but you did well. You learn fast.
All this is what we're fighting for.
Amen, dude. This is what we're fighting for. For those who come after, you know? For the good of us all. Or whatever. We continue. Okay, while that is coming back, I'm going to do one of these real quick. Put that there. Put it there, pal. New weapon, Dualiso. It's shock. It's lightning. I was not anticipating it being a lightning weapon. Did it work? I think it did. Yes, it did. Okay, good. Alright, alright. That's that. Doing this again. Okay, let's check out our new weapon. Verso, I know it's yours. You're the only one who would be able to use something like this. Play again after a base attack. 50% increased base attack damage at level 10. Base attack gives 4 perfection. That is actually a nasty weapon right there. It's only level 9. And compared to the weapon that he's currently using, sucks. Like, it is actually ass compared to the weapon that you start with Verso with. How do you justify using this then? You know, because this is only 258 power, and it scales well with the weapon that I'm actually, or with the stat that I actually have points in, but it's like a third as much damage? That's so sad, because I want to use it. But not if it's going to be a third as much damage. That sucks. Oh well, what do you do, right? What do you do? You push forward, that's what you do. This is, the Lance Ram went up to level 8 as well at some point. Rank can't be lower than C. That's pretty good. Base attack gives 4 perfection. Parrying gives 2 perfection instead of 1. All of that is pretty good. But again, a significant decrease in the amount of attack power that it has compared to his current weapon. So, don't think we'll be fucking with that too much. I do want to check around back here, though, just to see. You know, you got yourself a... I bet you that's exactly where I was supposed to go, huh? That's unfortunate. Let's look around back here just to see what all there is in this big pit of people. The people pit. That guy was nothing. I didn't even make it to my reserve team. I didn't even have a moment where I thought I might lose. He was less powerful than the chromatic Chipotle asshole. Going up. Oh, we're in the sky now, baby. Or wherever. I can climb through here. And get this loot right here.
Oh, lovely.
As I would like a new color of Lumina. Thank you. What was that new Picto I just got as well? I'm gonna check that out too. See, we got... It's not accelerating heal. It's not confident. Not energizing death. Combo attack. Base attack has 1 extra hit. Neat. And then there's another one too, right? That has to do with basic attack. Plus 2 shields when the character's health falls below 50% once per battle. That's kind of ass. Healing 10 supply powerful. Energizing parry. Inverted affinity. Sweet kill. Longer shell. Energizing death. Energizing parry. Accelerating heal. I swear there's more. Shared care. I like that one. When healing an ally, also heal self for 50% of that value. That does seem pretty goddamn good. Even if you can only use it on, like, Lune or, like, Sayel, who have heals that work on other people. And then I have Confident, but I don't need Confident at all. And I definitely don't want to ever put on a you can't be healed type Picto. That just seems like I'm asking for trouble. Alright, so just the color of Lumina there. We got it. We're colored. Color me green with envy. I like that Lumina. Or anything? I can't, like, jump off from here, right? Like, that's not gonna do anything for me. What if I do? What if I try? No, it won't let me. It was worth a shot, though. Can I jump off this side? Negative. Alright. Pull me up. Alright, what else we got in this motherfucker? Anything good? Looks like just the other side of the bridge from earlier, right? And it looks like I can go back. If I want to go back, I can go back by utilizing this grapple point. So that's kind of nice. Assuming that there is also one on the other side, and there is. So that's great. So if I wanted to go back, like if I wanted to rest at this spot here, I definitely could. We can go ahead and start upgrading attributes for everybody again. Let's pop this up to 99. Anybody else have attribute points? Holy. Got 12 points here for Lune. I think I'm going to go ahead and drop that in there. I got 99 vitality on both Lune and Verso right now. Hopefully that turns into something good. And we'll see after I level up again whether or not I can go above 99 in a single skill. If not, we'll have to decide where we want to go from there. The fact that I made it to 99 in a single skill at this early point in the game, or it feels like this is an early point in the game, is kind of crazy to me. Climb up. Yes, sir, climb up. Don't let me down. Because there is obviously some reason why I climbed up here. Unless there isn't. Ah, yes. Another color of Lumina.
Interesting.
Don't mind if I do. Make sure that's good. Yeah, that's good. I just want to check everything. Just give a little a once over to everything in the on the back end here. We're good there, and we are good here, and we are solid. We're solid. Okay, everything is good. Everything is moving fine, moving just fine. I'm not seeing any real problem with my gameplay based on having an additional program open in the background. I wondered if I would, but it appears that I am fine, at least for now. So we're gonna keep on trucking. Keep on moving. I gotta do that because I didn't leave the window open. There we go. Okay. This is the way forward. I have checked every opposite way that I could possibly go. Let's keep going forward. Hello? Mom? Anyone? Whole lot of nothing going on out here. I'm gonna take the obvious painted path to the right, just to see what all I can find. There's the loot right in front of me over there, so that means that I am going to instead go this way. Oh, you can look at it, but you can't go that way? Classic, bro, classic. Yeah, you want to go this way? How about you go... That's right, chat. F yourself. That's what the game is telling me. You want to go away? That's off the beaten path? Negative. Another new Picto? Let's go.
An advantage.
Revive Tint Energy. Revive Tints also give 3 AP. That's pretty good. Do they give them to the person that used the Revive Tint? Or do they give them to the person that got revived? That's the hard-hitting question here, you know? I don't really use Revive Tints too often, but... something to think about anyway. Can I jump down from here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I sure can. Hanny, you ever seen the show Invincible on Prime? I'm not gonna say anything more. Star and I started watching it last week for the first time. I convinced her to check it out, and she overcame her stigma of animated series to check it out. You watched the first season? I'm just gonna say, bro, that show is fucking lit, dude. We just started season 3. Again, we just started it last week. We're at season 3 right now, and oh my god. Wow, what a great show, dude. Oh my god. I didn't know it was gonna be that good. Like, I heard pretty good things about it. Hadn't really messed with it. Hadn't really taken the time to watch it. But I told her that I was thinking about watching it at some point on my own, and she was like, I'll watch it. I was like, really? She was like, yeah, I know it's animated. I'm gonna push past that, and I'm gonna give it a chance. And now she loves it. I love it. What an awesome show. I'm excited to dive into season 3. We just finished episode 1 or 2 of season 3 last night. I think 1. We considered starting episode 2, and then we were like, you know what? It's getting late. Star was already asleep during the first episode. We should probably not start another one.
Is this the place?
Yeah,
This is a place.
we can bury your friend under this tree, if that's okay with you.
It is a pretty tree. We're gonna bury Gustav, which hurts my heart a little bit, you know, for those who come after. Gustav. We're currently watching Andor. I gotcha. I heard good things. I'm not really a Star Wars guy, but I heard that the show is very good. So. Here we are at Gustav's funeral. It's so beautiful. Can you guys see that when I do that? No, right? Can you hear that sound when I press that button? I'm curious.
Couldn't wait for me, could you? I wish we could.
Rest easy, Gustav.
Rest easy, my brother.
I'll finish what you started. The paintress, Renoir, they will pay.
Can you hear that
No, don't.
sound?
Just open skies.
I just did it again.
I'll save them, Gustav. Emma, your apprentices, everyone.
You don't hear anything? All right, good.
You were always there for me.
I'll save them.
Say hi to Soph for me. Yeah?
We could never tell if you were my brother or my father. But to me, you were both. Best brother and father I've ever had.
Ah,
When one falls, we continue.
we continue, Gustav.
Thanks for being my family. See you in the next life.
I'll see you in the next life. Oh, God, that's something I say often. Damn, it's so sad, bro. The grief. The grief! Amazing. Shit hits you right in the feels, you know? Damn, bro. If I go over to his grave, where do we bury him again? Can we see his arm? I see a bunch of, you know, trees and markers, obvious markers where people have been laid to rest. Can't tell where his arm is, actually. It hurts. Hurts on the inside. Ugh. Okay. I'm running around, checking out everything, making sure there's nothing to be found here. I think it'd be weird if they, like, sprinkled some loot in after the funeral scene. That would be, like, a kind of a tone-deaf thing, but you never know. Gotta look. On the off chance that they did. Damn, bro. Nothing. I think that's Esquier right there. It definitely is. Chilling out on the other side of that swirling instance portal from WoW. What is very clearly the entrance to a dungeon, if I've ever seen one, you know? The big swirly fucking portals. We're going into Scarlet Monastery, Hanny. Me, you, and that one guy who spins around. Harad, there he is. Took me a second, but I got there. The one with the axe. And the staircase, where, like, hundreds of ads come from all around. Anyway. Let's go talk to Esquier. Find your way through Forgotten Battlefield. I found it. I wasn't happy about it, but I found my way. We're gonna have to go back to camp now, aren't we? Oh, fucking... I am so good at this. It's like I've played games before.
For about 2 hours. Then there's a big lake. We shouldn't go there at all. We should make a right, and then it's gonna take a few hours, and then we make a stop. We get some rest and some food. And then from there, we head north to Monoko Station.
Why there?
To recruit my oldest friend. We'll need the extra firepower, because our next goal will be to take down the Paintress' heart.
Her heart?
Yes. You can't just stroll up to the Paintress. The chroma there is far too dense. It erases anyone who gets close. But if we destroy her heart, the barrier will fall.
Okay. So where is this heart? What does it look like?
What it looks like, that I don't know. But I do know that it's somewhere in the center of old Lumiere.
You found old Lumiere?
Yes.
So it's true. Before the fracture, our Lumiere was part of a larger city on the continent.
Yeah.
I've traveled with many expeditions. I was with the 58th when we found old Lumiere. But Renoir erased them before we could get further. And I don't know much more.
All right then. Let's go meet your friend at Monoko Station. And then, we'll take the Paintress's heart.
Good call. Bro, I am having so much fun in this game. Holy shit, this game is so cool. What a great story. What a great story. What great loot. What an awesome game. Overall, just so cool. Let's talk to everybody.
How far up the mountain is Monoko Station? Will we see snow?
One can hope, right?
Not too high, but yeah. There's usually snow.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, right. There's no snow in Lumiere.
Is there supposed to be snow in Lumiere?
No, only in books and paintings. It's almost as mythical as Gestrels.
And just as fun. And sometimes just as deadly.
Oh. Really? My husband was obsessed with the idea of snow. I can't wait to see some.
Your husband was obsessed with the idea of snow. That's interesting. Do I want to spend time with Sael? Define spend time. Yeah, bro, I'll spend time with Sael. I mean, I gotta know what the fuck that means. Verso approaches Sael, who seems open to talking.
You seem less stressed than the others.
Is that your conclusion? After your extensive observation of our team?
Yes.
There must be better uses of your time than analysing our stress levels.
Well, it's important to understand your teammates.
Says the mysterious stranger who has yet to share much about himself.
That's
Then
fair.
Consider this my attempt to be less mysterious.
Please.
Oh, is that what this is?
I'll trade you a story for a story. Quite fair, I think. Or, no, you're right. What was I thinking? It's better to stay mysterious. No, of course
I'll
not.
trade you. A story for a story. Quite fair, I think.
Well, there are stories, and then there are stories.
Define stories. What the fuck does that mean?
You first, then.
Something epic then, full of battle and danger? Something unusual then, strange wonders and mysteries? Let's do something unusual.
Something unusual then? Strange wonders and mysteries?
A bit impersonal, Not really how you get to know each other. I don't think that's worthy of a trade. No. Tell me something dark and melancholy and personal.
So something romantic.
Ooh, going straight for the heavy stuff, huh?
If we're going to share, let's share.
Of course.
Story for a story, right?
We'll see.
Verso and Sael spend the next few minutes arguing whether Sael should also share. Sael continues to tease Verso, who remains evasive. Verso and Sael's relationship grows a little bit. New relationship level increased. Nice. She likes me. She really likes me. They head back to the others. Yeah, alright, good call. And I've already talked to you.
How far up the mountain?
Not too high, but... Oh, right.
No,
And just as far...
Yeah.
my husband.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I had already talked to you.
Your oldest friend is a Gestrel.
Yes. We've been friends for as long as I can remember.
Gustav would have loved that.
Why? Because he liked Gestrels.
Because he liked the idea of friendships that could last decades.
And that's fair.
We don't get to enjoy such long friendships in Lumiere.
That's a good point. Do you want to spend time with Luna? You're goddamn right. Let's spend time with all of them. Luna intercepts Verso as he walks by the fire.
Why are you allying yourself with us?
Not a lot of options out here. In case you hadn't noticed.
What about the previous expeditioners? Did you help them too? Yet they still failed.
That's
Yeah.
a terrible way to ask questions. Do you always interrogate people like this?
Given the circumstances, I think we can skip the pleasantries, no?
Alliances are usually give and take, as are conversations. Trust goes both ways, no?
Alright then. As a gesture of good faith, I'll show you how to use Lumina.
No need. I got it.
Well, aren't you a quick study?
But I appreciate the gesture. Thank you.
Trust works both ways.
Feel like we already established that. Alright, a gesture of good faith.
All right. As a gesture of good faith, I'll answer 3 questions. Choose wisely.
Only 3.
Someone's a bit greedy.
3 questions with 3 follow-ups.
You're really pushing this.
I think it's reasonable.
All right. Go for it.
Alright, hit me with the questions, bitch. Come on. Luna spends some time bombarding Verso with questions. Verso remains evasive, which pisses Luna off, but also triggers her insatiable sense of curiosity. Luna is reluctantly intrigued, as is Verso. Relationship level increased. Let's fucking go! Hype, dude. When the interrogation is over, they go back to the others. Well, thank God. Lune, Mael.
How come Minoko lives so far from the other Jestrels?
That's a good question.
Minoko's a searcher. They travel the land looking for Jestrels who went missing after the fracture.
The lost Jestrels.
Yeah. That and he, pissed off Golgra.
Yeah, that's not good. I've pissed off Golgra a few times in my day, and it resulted in several wipes. I can't spend time.
Minoko's a...
The lost...
Yeah.
I can't spend time with Mael? Fuck. Can I spend time with Eskia?
Yeah.
You were sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were sad. It was a fucking funeral, guy.
You were thinking of Julie.
Oh no, not Julie.
And not just her, but... Yeah.
Want a hug?
Yeah. I do.
Me too. Do you want to spend time with Eskia? Yeah, of course. That's my homie. I love Eskia.
She reminds me of someone.
Who, Mael or Sael?
Who? Mael?
Have I met her before?
Well, you also thought you knew CL.
CL.
Oh, but I do. Wait, don't I?
Maybe. You're the one who says all humans seem the same to you. Sometimes I feel like you know everyone. Ah, man, which one?
Sometimes I feel like you know everyone.
Oh, well. That's because you're all cousins. Same, but different.
Is that right?
Right, so, maybe it's that.
Could be.
Yes. Just like Verso is Verso's cousin. Mael is Mael's cousin. Yes, that's it. You're so very wise.
What? Verso the Wise. You know, that almost makes sense to me.
You know, that almost makes sense to me.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
If you don't understand Verso, you're still wise to me.
Well,
You're
good.
just a big ball of nonsense sometimes, aren't you?
That's why we're best friends.
Amen. Eskia and Verso have fun talking to each other a bit more. Their bond grows. Relationship level increased to 2! Let's go, bro. Pretty soon, Eskia is going to be trying to court me. Oh god, I hope not. They talk a bit more nonsense before going back to the others. That'd be awkward, huh? Get courted by, whatever he is. Good day, sir. You found some of my kids. Which reward should I give you? This should be useful. Here. A new outfit unlocked. The gestural haircut. For CL. I don't really see how that helps me. But who knows? Maybe it does. Maybe it does and I just can't see it. Right now. I just don't understand yet. Maybe that's the problem. Hey. Curator offers you his services. Well, thank God. I want to upgrade some weapons real quick. I want to see what's goody in the Duolingo department. The Duolingo department. Resplendent Chroma Catalyst required to upgrade this son of a bitch, huh? And the power at level 10 only goes to 314. So, basically doo-doo. Butt cheeks. Ass crack, as it were. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, well, it was nice while it lasted. It was a good thought anyway, you know? It's fine. I'll just use a weapon that does not increase my stuff in any way. Instead. We got this Benesim here for Lune, which gives her 348 power compared to her current 318 power. And then it's good for healing. Healing skills cost 1 less AP. Yeah, that could be good. Generate 1 earth stain at the beginning of each turn. That could also be good until it overwrites the stains I actually need. then it's going to piss me off. So I probably don't want that. Whereas this one only generates stains when I have no stains, which is arguably better in my opinion. And then +1 AP when stains are consumed is also a really good trade there. Not the best in terms of scaling, though. We got the Lighter here, which is level 7 as well. Scales with defense and agility, so not going to be good for me. We got the Troubadour. Scales with vitality and defense, which again feels pretty low in terms of damage. It's 1 level higher than the Crawlim, which scales with vitality and agility. Free aim shots deal damage to an additional random target. 50% increase free aim damage at level 10. Generate a random stain on a free aim shot at level 20. I think I'm going to pass on that one. That seems kind of butt cheeks. Not very good at all. We do have Jarum here. Jarum, which is a defense and luck-based weapon, so not very good. But it is significantly more damage than the one that I'm currently using. On turn, the one that I'm currently using puts me into defensive stance at the start of the turn if I'm no longer in a stance, so that is actually pretty good. The good thing about this one, though, is that it does double break damage while in defensive stance, which could be huge later. Not sure if it will be, but it could be. This one does apply 5 burn on counterattack, which could also be very strong. And then 50% increased counter damage per shield, which I don't have anything that grants shield right now, but maybe that's good later. Not sure. It is like more than twice as much damage per hit as the current weapon that I have equipped, though, so that is something to think about. Then we got the Brularum, which critical hits apply burn, which is like most of them. Base attack applies 2 burn, and then 100% critical chance while stanceless. That could also be pretty good. The critical hits apply burn is the part that I like, because I need the burn to be active while using my L to be able to get the 25% increased crit chance from the critical burn Lumina. So that's like something that I might want to keep in mind for later. But again, like none of these are really that impressive to me. I only have one that scales with Vitality, and it's the basic bitch one that you get at the beginning of the game. Since Vitality is her highest stat, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about any of these weapons, as a matter of fact, and we're just going to keep it pushing on to whatever comes next. We have 18 minutes left of this. So what I'm going to do... Have we rested? No. We should rest first. Let's rest. Everybody rest. And then, Hanny, I'll show you the thing that I wanted to show you in a second. Let's go to sleep. I just want to see what happens. Check up on the others. I have to check up on the others, and I have to write in Gustav's journal first. So, first we're going to check up on the others to see how everybody's doing. Mael quietly approaches Lune, wanting to apologize for her behavior on their way to bury Gustav.
Hey.
Hey.
I didn't mean...
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, kiddo.
I just...
I miss him too.
I'm sure.
It's hard.
Yeah. Grief is tough.
The pain we feel every time we lose someone. I've tried many ways of dealing with it. Running from it, sitting with it, compartmentalizing it.
Yeah.
But what I needed was to use it. To use everything.
What do you mean?
I feel everything.
I like her tattoos.
And I let it burn inside me. When I'm tired. When I feel hopeless. When I want to just let it all go.
Yeah.
I use the pain. I use the fear. The shame. The guilt. The anger. I use it all to keep going. To make sure I continue.
Lune.
I can almost feel them beside me.
Oof.
Everyone we've lost. Walking, especially when I use Chroma. I feel their presence, their closeness. And they help me.
Feel Gustav.
It's so sad.
Yeah, I do.
I'd like to feel him with me too.
You have an affinity for Chroma too. Try it.
How do you always know what to do?
I don't. Want to know a secret? I have no idea what I'm doing. And I don't think anyone else does either.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Really?
That's right.
Don't tell anyone else I said that.
Poor kid. Mael and Lune spend more time together, in a moment that was special for both of them. Good, good, I'm glad. Let's write in the journal. If I hit check up on the others, will it just show me the same thing again? Nope, I don't think so. Damn, that shit is
What are
sick.
you working on?
Contingency plans. If we fail, Expedition 32 will need every bit of information we have.
That's fair.
Right, but how are you going to get it to them?
I asked the Gestrals for help.
Yeah, I will. Yep, that's the plan anyway.
Smart.
What are the stars whispering to you?
Actually, I'm the one whispering to them.
Oh?
It's something my dad and I used to do. When I was scared, or anxious, or even when I was happy, he'd say, share it with the stars. When it's hard to talk about things, the stars will understand.
Oh man, what a beautiful moment.
I like that.
I like this Maybach music. That's what that sounded like to
I
me.
talked to the stars a lot after he was gone.
I remember. The night we first met. At the Crooked Tower.
Right. After the gommage.
Yep.
I was surprised to find you there. I thought I was the only one who knew about that room.
I had to get away from the harbour. And those damn petals everywhere.
I can imagine that would be grief-inducing.
So I climbed up.
It wasn't logical. But part of me really believed my parents and their expedition had succeeded. That they'd stopped her. Then the painters woke. And I knew they weren't coming home.
It's so
You
sad.
know, it meant a lot to me. The comfort we shared that day. But you avoided me after. Why?
It wasn't personal. I cut a lot of people out of my life.
Okay, not personal.
That day, I knew my parents had failed. They were counting on me to finish their work. I couldn't afford distractions.
Friends are not distractions.
Obviously.
I know that now.
Wow. We're in the middle of nowhere with 1 year left to live. What better time to build friendships?
Honestly.
I could use some wine, though.
Shit, bitch, me too. Let's get some wine.
Making friends is thirsty work.
Let's get some wine in the chat. Everybody crack a glass. Crack a glass. Crack a bottle. Pop a bottle for the ladies. That was an awesome cutscene. I loved that. Absolutely loved it. If I run back over here. Okay, I can't check up on the others anymore. We're instead going to write in Gustav's journal. Maëlle finds a spot where she can write. She spends some time writing in Gustav's journal to honor his memory. She gathers her courage and writes about Gustav's sacrifices, how he laid the trail. She hopes Gustav's apprentices will read this journal someday. God, it reminds me so much of the hot springs in Ghost of Tsushima, where you write a haiku. Classic. Some of my favorite times in that game were just like sitting in the hot spring, looking at the beautiful scenery, writing the haiku.
Thanks. It really was a beautiful place.
Glad you liked it. I've buried friends there too. You were right about condolences. We offered them because...
It really was, bro. It was such a good game.
What else to say, but there's no comfort there.
No.
All we can do is carry them with us.
I guess.
Oh no.
Sorry. It's just wet.
Drowning in our own sadness.
Oh, she's laughing. Okay.
Hey, why did you join the expedition? I mean, with the Gamage, I understand the rest of the team's decision, but you're half their age.
Out here seemed better than in there at the time.
It's natural. Wanting to escape a life you don't want.
Escape. Yeah. That's what I wanted. But Gustav and the others, they really want to change things.
Well, changing your life also counts. Can't always shoulder the world's problems, you know? It'll drain you fast.
Gustav would probably say, if more of us cared, then it would lighten the load for everyone.
He's not
He
wrong.
sounds like a good guy.
He does sound like a good guy.
Wait. I kept Gustav's, so you can have mine. You'll need one if you want to be an official member of our merry crew.
I gotta say, I didn't take you for an official kind of person.
Welcome to the disaster expedition.
Aww.
Thank you.
It really is quite beautiful. Relationship level increased with Maëlle. Thank God, bro. I thought I was just gonna not get to increase my relationship with Maëlle. Like, she's such a nice kid. I'd feel really sad if I couldn't, like, you know, be nice. Good. Oh, thank God, thank God. I thought there was going to be another, I thought there was going to be another cutscene there. Okay, so, Hanny, I wanted to show you this thing.
How far to Minoko Station?
Let me let them talk for a second.
SGA? No, should be quick.
Okay, so there's no way for me to get back to the other spot, though, right? Like, from here? Oh, fuck. I pressed, G instead of M. I meant to, pull up the map. Give me a second. Go to sleep. In the immortal words of Tony Stark, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. That's a really obscure reference. Real nerds might remember. Most people probably will not. Alright, I am running dangerously short on time here, so I don't want to spend too much time doing this. I'm going to press the map and just make sure there's no way for me to get back to these other places, right? You can't, like, fast travel or anything like that. What just happened? Insufficient space to keep recording. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. We are going to clear out space here in a minute. I don't really need to worry about it right now. Okay. There's no other way for me to get back, right? I can't fast travel to these spots. Right, I can't, there's no, like, F or A or enter, nothing like that that'll get me there faster. No. Okay. Alright, Hanny. This is not a perfect example, but I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to start here. I'm just going to engage with these guys real fast so that I can show you the thing before this show is over.
You're outmatched.
I don't know why it did that. Go ahead and, I did not want to do that either. Okay. You know what, Hanny? I'm just going to show you tomorrow, I think. Because I gotta quickly kill these guys. And then we gotta get moving with the rest of today. I got things I gotta do before the next hour is up. This guy is about to die. Oh yeah, I can hit all of them, right? Bang, I stunned that guy. Based on that first hit from Mael, he was already stunnable.
Merci.
I gotta go back to the other part of the map to show you what I was looking at.
Danger!
Dance begins.
We've got a full set of AP here, so I can go ahead and just stun this guy.
Ready to
Break his shit. I can Endbringer this fool. Get him out of our face. I don't need to do anything there, because he's already dead. We can just apply this immolate here.
Parry it.
Nice.
Just try it.
And then this guy gets his first attack of the game. And it will be his last attack of the game.
I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead and hit him with the Fury.
Finesse and precision.
End of the line.
There we go. Okay. And the Crueler Ram up at level 8 now. So that's cool, I guess. Alright, yeah. So I'm gonna run myself over to somewhere safe real quick. What happens if I go back through this, the swirly portal? The swirly instance portal. Do I have to run through that entire zone to get back to the other map? I probably do. I just want to find out real fast. Forgotten Battlefield, yeah, so it's going to take me all the way back to the other side of the Forgotten Battlefield, right? Or to the side that I left at. And it's going to take me for goddamn ever to get out of here. Yep, sure is. Alright, well, for the sake of this, Hanny, tonight, I will run myself back to the main map, and I will start the show from the spot where I want to be for tomorrow. Because we will be live tomorrow, no issues there. And yeah, so I am having a goddamn blast playing this game, and we need to finish the entire story before the 30th of May. So we have, like I said, this was, we have 6 shows left before, 6, unless I stream on the weekend, which I might, actually, just based on the fact that we need to finish this. Until Elden Ring Night Rain comes out, and then I won't be playing this again after that for a while. So I do want to get this done as quickly as I can. But just in general, like, the game is super fun. The build crafting I knew was going to be super deep, and it absolutely is. And it's going to allow me to to further craft some crazy mad scientist shit going on, and I'll be excited for that. Probably have to swim around. That's actually a really good idea. I'm gonna look and see if I actually can swim around later, just to see if I can like line myself up in a good spot. But just in general, the world map is pretty wide open, and there's a lot of spaces where you can tell like, hey, you're gonna have an ability here that's gonna let you get through to new places, which is cool. You know, there were some spots where I found where I could dive, but I don't have the ability to dive yet. There were some enemies that I found where I can attack them, but I didn't have the ability to gradient dodge yet, so I had no idea, or gradient parry or whatever the fuck it's called. I didn't know how to counter that, so there's a lot of cool stuff yet to explore in this game. Hopefully we get a lot of it done before Night Rain comes out, and if not, then maybe we'll sprinkle some Expedition 33 streams in there. Hanny, I want to say thank you so much for coming and hanging with me. To all of my lurkers, thank you guys so much. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Moonchild of Dude No Way. I'll see you in the next stream. Take care.